KB basketball analyst worse than his career, but yet and still you watch. That's all that matters. You watch, baby. Yeah, as long as you watch it. He was quietly tearing some. All right, so I'm gonna end this and go over to my other live because it's on now. So y'all come over to the other live that I just went live. I'm gonna end this live. Y'all see y'all over there. I'm trying to find my way back to you when I need it. A little bit of love. Oh, yeah, man. We finna have some fun, man. We finna have some fun. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we about to have some fun. Then after this swagger dash, I'm gonna go wash my face and brush my teeth. I might even come on camera, man. You know, I'm sitting here polo down. You know what I mean? I'm sitting here polo down. I might come on camera. You know what I mean? I'm sitting. Let me button up my top button. Pull my chain out. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm sitting here polo down. That's why I say I'm sitting here like Scarface. I'm polo down, baby. Well, actually, my pants. Yeah, my pants is polo, but my shoes is Crocs. Yeah, the shoes is Crocs, baby. It's Friday. You ain't got no job. You ain't got shit else to do, Smokey. So I'm finna like this swagger. Yeah, I'm finna like this swagger, Smokey. It ain't nothing to do, Smokey. And I'm gonna go on a wide range of topics. I'm gonna go over that video that I had with Maverick going on the other day. Then I'm gonna get into some politics. I'm gonna get into a lot of different topics, and I'm just gonna let my editor do what they do, but watch my shoe. Cause I ain't working long. I'm gonna be here a couple hours, and then it's Friday, so I'm up out of this thing. Yeah, I'm gone. Tighten up that button. Might be watching. Yeah, you know they watching. Yeah, they be tightening this button all the way up to the top. Good times smoking the vapor and racing my cars, listening to KB. Salute. Oh, I know that boy watching. But it's Friday, man. I'm for to have fun all day today. Good morning to y'all. Come on in this thing. Let's put Maverick back up on this Summer Jam screen. We was going over the dumbest interview in the world. The dumb interview heard around the world. We're gonna finish this dumb interview heard around the world. And then we're gonna get into other topics. There's a lot of stuff going on. We got the Epstein list. We got people losing their mind because they thought that they were going to expose Trump during the Epstein list, and most of it is the Democrat. Go figure. But I'm about to start making content against the Republicans because I got to make sure the Democrats don't come kick my ass. Because it seems like this is get down and lay down land. Yeah, this get down and lay down land. But hold on, let's get Maverick back up here talking about his grandma and how much he was a good gambler. You know, right while a gambling investigation is going on. So let me put up my fair use banner. And I know it's going to be some haters in here coming in here to tell me how much they don't like the content. That's kind of weird because there's other content creators out there. And you're welcome to go to any one of them, if not all of them. So don't let me stop you. Don't let me hold you from anything you want to do. No, big dog. The red is lying. Just quit politics. It caused too much hate and division. That's because you don't know what politics is for. And politics shouldn't cause hate and division. Can't nobody tell you how you want to live and govern. You got to vote your best interest from the area that you're in, sir. You know, I ain't gonna beef with nobody about their politics. That's your politics. You beefing with people about politics, that's the problem. You could chop it up, you could discuss it, but you don't got no right to be beefing with nobody about no politics. Who the fuck are you? You can't show no change that can make somebody say, "Oh yeah, this was exactly what you're supposed to do." You could just get the information. But let me play this real quick.
Get to how we get there. So you say no to a lot of money, which is hard to do for anybody, even if you're the best in the world. Very difficult to do. Finish the story, how we get to Nike, and then I want to use that as a springboard to.
So say no, leave that meeting, go to the Adidas meeting, which is underwhelming. Go to the Nike meeting, which is a great meeting.
Sorry, Adidas underwhelming just because their pitch isn't as good.
Why? I think because their pitch was actually good, but they don't. It's hard to compete, as you know. Again, when you're up against two companies where the entrepreneur owner is the decision maker, and there's just like the president of North America. It's just underwhelming in the sense of like the deal does not match. They can't make decisions quick. Right. We're like, guys, that makes no sense on the deal based on what we have at Reebok.
Again, I know most people don't think this means nothing, but it means a lot when your high school friend with no education in the field is sitting there in a meeting that entails big money talk with Nike and Adidas and these shoe companies. Most of these federal agents is going to ask, why in the hell was Maverick Carter there when he has no background, no history, no nothing to do with this situation? Why would he be there? This dude said KB obsessed with trying to break LeBron. How in the fuck can Kwame break LeBron? Oh my goodness. Hey, DeAnthony Watson, you're gonna have to support that statement that you just made, or you're gonna have to get the hell out. I'm dropping the link. I don't know how can I break LeBron. This man is a billionaire. I'm going over a story that his friend Maverick did. How can I break LeBron? This don't even make no sense what you're saying. And LeBron is the king, and a bus can break him by talking about him on the internet. So hit the link, or you know how this gonna go. You already know how this gonna go. This man shouldn't be talking at all, and instead of you getting mad at the dude that's running his mouth, you getting mad at the dude that's covering it. So hit the link. You said trying. You got to come explain that trying. Come explain, how am I trying to end anybody? You don't say that to Harvey Levin. You don't say that to anybody that's going over the story. I said this guy is stupid for even talking like this. How is this trying to end LeBron? So moderators, get his airplane ready. You black? Oh man, say that black shit. I was black when they were calling me a bus. Nobody want to hear that shit. Westbrook is black. Y'all don't never say that. I'm tired of you Negroes coming with this whole we black out here. Let us see that in reflection of the murder rate. We don't want to hear that we black when it comes to talking to somebody on the internet. Let that we black stuff translate into stop unaliving each other on the street. How about that? Let it translate into you working with somebody black in business. Let it translate into that. I'm tired of you Negroes want to have a honeymoon online pretending like you got doggone pro-black. And then as soon as everything you put in your tape deck, your CD player is the kill, slide on, and do something to everything black. You fake pro-black Negroes when it comes to somebody you like is disgusting. You didn't say that about Westbrook or nobody else. Nobody want to hear that shit. Can you admit you hate LeBron? I don't have hate for nobody. I don't have hate for nobody. Well, who would look like hate LeBron is Maverick Carter. Because I don't know LeBron, but I wouldn't have did this interview. I know that much. Y'all got misplaced anger. You should be mad at Maverick Carter. You should be mad at Chael Sonnen. None of the people that you talking to that's trying to destroy LeBron, y'all got no smoke for. LeBron seemed like a kid that don't really know that the people around him is the one that's going to hurt him. Maverick Carter is a slickster. Maverick Carter is a slickster. Can you drop the link? I already dropped the link. Let me drop it again. It'll be 0 tolerance for BS on this channel. Any cursing, shouting, yelling, you will be dropped. Because I'm not trying to have nobody saying I harass and bully them. Nah, they don't want black people to be able to report the news. I'm going to paint my face like Harvey Levin. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get me a DJ Vlad white face, or Adam 22 white face, and I have all Negroes all across the world coming to sit on Bus Light. All I got to do is paint my face white. So you can feel like it's a rite of passage. I'm going to paint my face white.
Can you move? Well, we got to call Germany. And you're up against Nike, who Phil Knight is still in charge, who founded the company, and Paul Fireman, who bought Reebok and owned it. He probably owned 100% or close to it of the whole thing. So it was underwhelming in the sense that the person you were dealing with didn't have the power and the leverage to make decisions the size and scale.
So underwhelming. So you go to Nike, you brought home the prodigal son, as it were.
Exactly. Amazing meeting. The deal, they know where they got to get because we have a bid.
Did you give them a little bit of?
Yeah, they know the bid. They know how high the hurdle is, right? They know that they're going to put on their Air Jordans to get over the hurdle. So they get very close, but not all the way there. They come up a bit more. Now we leave Nike, and now it goes on for a couple weeks, and Nike hits the bid. But every time Nike hits the bid, Reebok ups the bid. Bid hit, up the bid. Hit the bid, up the bid. Hit the bid. It goes to over $100 million. I think the final bid, Reebok was higher at the end, $115 million, something. It really got driven up. And as you know, sometimes competitors do that to each other anyway, meaning sometimes
So Reebok was higher, and they still chose to go with Nike. Adidas got higher than Nike for me, and I said I'm going with motherfucking Adidas. I knew to do business the whole time. They said, all Kwame care about is money. Shit, that's what you care about. Jamel, Guy, what's going on? Jamal, what's going on? Oh, he thought he was going to be able to hit the link and do something crazy. Nathan, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, Kwame?
Ain't nothing.
Man, this Maverick Carter dude, man, he's a character.
That's what I think. I don't understand the purpose of this whole interview.
Yeah. You know the NBA or the federal government is investigating the NBA and all these other leagues and gambling. Why would you have an interview talking about your past and how good of a gambler you are? And you tie right in with LeBron James.
And I think that's why people get mad at me, because I'm pointing out how stupid this is. If they're already investigating the league for gambling, you right next to LeBron James, you already got popped for gambling, and you're going to double down on how much you know about gambling? You're going to make sure that they know that you're the bigger brother of LeBron, that you have some sort of influence over his mind? Like all this stuff you saying, I just don't get it. You were in this man's first initial shoe contract when you know nothing about this deal. So it shows that you have some level of high regard over LeBron's thought process.
Well, that goes to show how much LeBron know about the streets, to me, in my opinion. Because this dude is nothing but a street guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's nothing but a street guy. Just like Kawhi Leonard's uncle. They nothing but street guys. You know.
It's okay to have a street cat around you that's not dealing in criminality no more, because sometimes those guys are entrepreneurs. They just chose to do the wrong thing. But if they come out of that mindset and they're still the leader of men that they once were, you can use that and have them lead men into doing the right thing. Another example of that is Rollo. Rollo's here in Atlanta. He's not jumping on planes with marijuana no more. He's building up his whole neighborhood and getting people jobs. So if you're a leader of men, you can do so. You just got to change the behavior. But obviously, I think you're right. If LeBron is not in control of this man sitting up here doing an interview talking about how good of a gambler he was, I just think it's stupid. And I think LeBron should have never decided to do that league. And I think I heard him say he was going to be done with it, because if you notice, right when he said that, all of these news stories started to come out. Every last news story on LeBron started coming out after he said he was going to get a team. It had me believe that LeBron was involved. Nathan, you still there? But they talk about gambling. Why? Shoot, I don't know why they talking about gambling, but they are. I see why Joker's people met with Maverick and said, no, I will pass. Yeah, they talk too much. This Kevin Lee is up here twice. Let me let this one up.
Hey, my bad, KB. Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Yeah, I never used StreamYards before. But I was just going to say, man, to everybody that keeps asking why you keep talking about LeBron or your former teammate, these people are important. LeBron has been mentioned in political conversations. These people are wealthy. Gilbert's on top of the world, or whatever the case is, being paid by Underdog. And if they're connected to actual crimes, then they should be examined. And I don't think anybody should have a problem with it if it's the truth at the end of the day.
Well, they have a problem with it because it's all about who we like. If they don't have, they'll come up here with this black perspective when it comes to the people that they like. But if Gilbert say Oak downstairs, they would enjoy a chuckle and say Kwame Oak downstairs. So these people are who they are. It is
but
what
if
it
this
is.
felony ended up going through and he gets convicted, what can they say then? It won't be a joke anymore. So I don't know. I think our conversations have been valid so far.
Exactly.
And, he should be examined, especially if, he's looked at as a role model for young black men. This stuff should actually be talked about. It's not a game at the end of the day. Getting the felony charge is not a joke.
Exactly. And then Mr. Arenas told us the charges was nothing that was going to be dropped, but I heard that they were taking it to trial next year. So the feds don't really, the feds don't take stuff to trial there's nothing there.
And even outside of this incident, obviously you've known him for a long time. A lot of this stuff, and nobody's perfect, but he shouldn't be looked at as a role model, So, keep going at him. Keep doing your thing, expose the truth.
All right. Salute, bro.
I appreciate it, KB.
All right. Yeah, man. And I know the people that get upset, they get upset by people coming up here and saying the truth. But as a matter of fact, let me unblock more of
let the haters in, man.
I'm gonna let the haters in, man. As long as they don't do nothing crazy, I'm gonna let the haters in. I'm gonna let the goddamn haters in.
Oh man, Kwame, I swear I be rolling on the floor, man.
But why they get so mad though? We just having fun.
I don't know, man. Like you said, that's why I smoke on my hood and just laugh at all of them, man.
Man, they gotta get over themselves, man.
Take life too serious, man. It ain't that serious. Especially to worry about what another man doing. What you worried about what another man doing for? Do what you do. Do what you supposed to do. Do what you supposed to do. Don't worry about what another man doing. That's what's wrong with us. We're too much worried about what somebody else doing. Just take care of our own business.
They talk about Kwame, you ain't gonna do that, but reblock them again, probably. But at least they gotta subscribe. We'll get a subscription out of them. They can't come over here unless they subscribe to talk. And we're a little more lenient on them when once they subscribe. I let them go a little bit farther once they subscribe.
Yeah. Yeah.
But listen to this dude, man. I'm gonna play some more of them.
Any business, one company knows they're going to lose the deal, but they just
wanna
drive the
drive-
money
just
to
to
make
screw
the other person spend more.
Spend more.
It's probably a little bit of that, but ultimately, Phil Knight asked LeBron a question, which is, he says, "This is as high as I'm going to go," which was $90 million, which was the biggest deal in the history. It's still the biggest deal for rookie. And he says to LeBron, "Listen, I know you have a bigger bid from Reebok. If you believe you are going to be a really good player, really, really good player, and an all-star level player, and a really good player, you should go take their money. Go take the money. Go get all the money you can get."
Yeah.
But, and again, this is why entrepreneurs running companies win a lot
Yeah.
over big companies. But if you believe you were going to be an all-time great, maybe one of the greatest ever play, and have a long career and do amazing things, take my deal, because we will invest more, and in the long run, you will make more.
Sell more shoes.
You will sell more shoes, build a bigger business. We will do that for you. But if you don't believe you're going to be that guy, take more money today.
That's smart.
Kwame's whole YouTube about other men. My YouTube is about other people, men, women. It's called reporting on the news, damn it. Who do you think Gil's Arena up there talking about? Gilbert? They're talking about other people. They're talking about LeBron. They're talking about everybody. I'm gonna do a segment on what Richard and Kenyon said about Bronny. That's gonna really piss them off when I get to what Kenyon and McCann's shut down Gil's Arena the other day.
I saw.
They were just straight up honest. Like, we tired of hearing this kid and glove shit with Bronny. He a grown man. You said he was ready. Now he in the G League. He's a pro.
He's a pro.
No, sir. You only talk about black men. Yeah, you ain't been watching.
Kwame, it's a certain young man I remember that was drafted #1 overall. And they talked about him like hell through storm, talking about he was a first round bust. Who was doing all that? Wasn't that a black man doing that?
That's what it sounded like to me, and that's what it looked like to me. New Orleans in the house. Shout out to New Orleans. I just left New Orleans. How y'all be saying it down there? Wow. Yeah, I just left New Orleans. Them crabs down there was amazing. That season down there is amazing.
Oh yeah.
I need to get me a whole bunch of New Orleans season and just bring it up here. I just want their season. I can put it on my fish, put it on every damn thing.
Yeah, they got some good season.
Hey, that crab butter they had so good, I damn near use it as a salad dressing. I was like, what? I said, hey man, take this crab butter away from me, man.
Hey, now you see why Zion had problems.
That's why Zion can't lose no weight right there.
Yeah,
that man got traded to the wrong city. He need to go to the Denver. He need to get traded to Denver. Yeah, get traded to Denver where they can eat healthy food and they have all that. They have all that good healthy. What is it? Spelt noodles and all this shit, gluten free. Yeah, he need to go to Denver
or California. You know they eat healthy in California.
There's good food out there too for him.
That's what I'm saying.
He need to be in Denver.
Yeah,
he down there eating gumbo and crawfish, flying them girls in, giving them that crawfish. They can't have all that good food.
No.
Oh, they got it in Walmart. Tony, okay, all right, okay. Damn, Obey is better. All right, let's hear this dummy some more.
Yeah.
Phil asks, and he goes to LeBron, how good do you think you're going to be? He put it back on him.
Very.
Very good, right?
So he takes Nike.
He took Nike. They got closer enough to the bid, and he believed what came to be true. He was going to be who he was, who he thought he was, and they were going to do what they done, and they built together. The two of them built an amazing company.
Fantastic. And by the way, smart guy. And he also knew how to deal with talent, which is another thing that I want to get into. So that's a great story, but not untraditional in the sense that he's the greatest basketball player around. So a bunch of shoe guys and pro teams wanted to sign him and give him money. He gets you in there because you're his elder statesman / brother. Now, this is where it gets interesting. And again, talk about freestyle. I literally got into no questions just on my first question, which was about your grandmother. But how do you take that? So we've done something that's big, but it's still traditional.
Very traditional.
And say, okay, I want to do something different. I want to be a maverick, and I'm going to go out and I want a piece of content. I want a piece of movies. I want a piece of TV shows. I want to make TV shows. I want to do online stuff. I want to do podcasts. I want to do a thing like the shop, which I want to get into. Where does that come from?
Bron signs with Nike. I go work at Nike. I take a full-time job there.
Yeah.
2 years or 2.5 years in, LeBron says, I need you back. Come help me.
You've separated from his company.
Correct. I'm full-time employee at Nike.
Doing what?
I was working in sports marketing, and my job was sports marketing's job is to take a massive budget and find the next LeBron James, the next Tiger Woods, the next Serena Williams.
Fun.
Scavenge the globe and find the next great athletes.
Sounds like the best job ever.
It's a fun job.
Yeah. Sorry, and did you get a piece of the initial LeBron deal?
I did not.
Okay, so you have to work.
I have to work.
Okay.
I go to work. But I didn't get a piece of it, like he didn't pay me a piece, but I got a job because of it, for sure. I got a full-time job because of it. So that's my piece.
You don't have a lot of money.
Yes, I do not have a lot of money. I go to work. 2.5 years in, he asked me to come back. Come back meaning leave Nike.
Hard to do.
I did not want to do it. I had, as I always say, very good ass job. I had a decent salary. I think I was making 75 grand. Benefits to my family of benefits, health insurance, that shit covered.
Plus, it's I'm just going to go find sports stars and
I'm living in Nike. I'm living in Beaver. It's great. And he says, I don't like the way things are going with my agent. I'm getting rid of my agent. I want you to come back and figure this out for me. I said, figure out what? And he goes, you'll figure it out. So go back, start working. Nike is very.
So wait, this guy is saying that LeBron, the most intelligent, smart, best basketball player in the world, asked a devout gambler, degenerate gambler, to come back and fix his agent situation? Why in the hell would he be saying this? Why is this guy saying this, man? So LeBron go to him for everything. That's basically what he said.
Yeah.
LeBron go to me for everything. He didn't like the way his career was going his first 2 years. Now LeBron won Rookie of the Year. LeBron was killing it his first 2 years. How the hell can you not like the way it's going? This dude ain't shit. I'm telling you, this dude ain't.
No, that's his role partner. That's his friend.
Man, you would think that this dude went to Harvard. He's the best son of a bitch in the world. He better than LeBron at everything. LeBron need him. He don't need LeBron. He had a good job making 75 grand. Man, come on, man. This ain't right, boy.
When he said 75 grand, I almost fell out of my chest. Because I thought he was finna say 6 digits or something.
Yeah.
75 grand.
At least I thought he was going to say 120, 150.
I was making more than that truck driver. You say 75 grand, man. Come on, man.
Teddy say he's sitting up there straight lying. I think he's lying too. I hope he's lying. This ain't cool at all, man. This boy ain't shit, man. Hey, CC, I'm glad I put you on this one. Thank you. Man, this boy ain't shit. Hey, this is why I will never hang around a lot of people. I can't have no dude in front of the camera talking around me like this, like I'm just some bubbling fool. If I come to you for advice on something, I'm coming to you in confidence. I ain't coming to you to go be telling the motherfucking world sitting down on no interview. Hey, check your mic a little bit. It sounds like you eating Doritos.
Nah.
All right. Well, I'm not gonna come out. Like if you confide in me in something, that's between me and you. I'm not gonna sit up here and make it look like I'm better than you just because you confided in something with me. You might know that over me. I might know something else over you. You know what I mean? That's how we sharpen each other up. The things I don't know, you help me with, and vice versa. But the way he sound, it sound like he just his whole life had to pause because LeBron needed his help. That's crazy.
Yeah. What a friend indeed.
Exactly. Want to be remembered as the Al Capone. What's up, goddamn old Big Nose Cortez?
That boy do got one of them snipers.
I ain't seen Cortez in a minute. What's up, man?
Understanding of it because they have a partnership with them. So they're like, listen, we want this to work. We know we like you and you're good. So we're cool.
I would be happy as Larry if that happened.
Correct. But I'm like, where do I start? I'm like, okay, here's where I start. I know what I don't know. And I know I need the best people to help me work with LeBron. A lawyer. Let's start with a great lawyer. We had a guy, Fred Nance, who's still our lawyer, a great accountant. I need a great publicist. I hire a publicist. I know there's components of how they should be done.
Those 2 years at Nike were.
Holy shit. So wait a minute. This guy hires LeBron. So for the first 2 years, based on what he's saying, LeBron had no publicist, LeBron had no accountant, and LeBron had no lawyer?
Interesting.
Okay, so anybody that's saying I'm hating, okay, you might think I'm hating. I just want to know, how in the world does this interview help LeBron Ramon James? Can anybody tell me in what way this interview helps LeBron at all? Nobody?
I think it hurts him more than help him.
It's pretty much basically saying that this degenerate gambler, this guy that grew up gambling, pretty much helped LeBron throughout his entire career and pretty much shaped LeBron's thinking. Like, LeBron can't think without this dude. This is the engine.
Exactly.
And if you can link LeBron to this guy's mentality and reputation, which that's what it seemed like he doing, which that's why I think this is stupid. LeBron should have been like, hey, bro, we ain't letting this shit out. This guy is AKA close friend of LeBron, advisor, and now he's telling all. That's what I think he's doing. That's definitely what I think he's doing. He dry snitching, boy.
Very formative.
Very formative. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, and then LeBron's going to make money. I don't know how to invest in components of accountant. Let's start with a great lawyer. And I know I need the best people to help me work with LeBron. A lawyer. Let's start with a great lawyer. We had a guy, Fred Nance, who's still our lawyer, a great accountant. I need a great publicist. I hire a publicist. I know there's components of how they should be done.
Those 2 years at Nike were very formative.
Very formative. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, and then LeBron's going to make money. I don't know how to invest and manage money. We need someone to do that. Find a guy. Most of these people are still with us 20-something years later. And first employee I ever hired in my life, 2 years later, Michelle Campbell, is still with us, head of his foundation now, and runs our office back in Akron. She's been with me 20-something odd years. I'm like, to your point, I know what I don't know. And the thinker goes, okay, I'm not the smartest person, but if I get really smart people.
Man, this is dangerous. This is a dangerous interview, man. Because just think about it. Listening to this, I don't never need to meet LeBron. I just need to meet him. This is a beacon to all the white folks. He controls LeBron. He hired everybody around LeBron. No one would try. This is why you can't have, this is why some people say you need that go-between, but this is what gives people that arrogance. Just think about it. This guy is full of himself when all he is a go-between between people and LeBron. You don't really want LeBron dealing with a lot of people, but this guy ain't the right guy. This is not the right guy. Woo, woo. Can you imagine how much money they offer a gambler to backstab LeBron or some deal? This boy love money. Look at this face right here. This is a degenerate gambler, poor boy gambler from back in the day. You don't think the rich white boy put enough zeros behind this dude, give him some of that wine, and he done crossed his legs and ran his goddamn mouth in the other room? Don't nobody want to meet LeBron. They want to meet him. He telling you I'm that nigga. He telling you right now I'm that guy.
You don't need to go to LeBron.
Nobody. Do you know
come to
how many
me.
women this dude get, boy? I'm talking about what? He sit down and get to talking like this in front of some women. I do the deal. I brought the lawyer. They'll be like, LeBron, who? You the man. I'll just keep sleeping with you just to keep hearing LeBron's story.
Right.
I bet this boy got 2,000 women. Just listening to this boy. Lord have mercy. Ooh, I would stay by myself, man. You can't have no nigga this happy.
No.
He's so happy to know LeBron, boy. LeBron don't even know what type of shit being said, all in the name of LeBron. Hell no. I can't have no degenerate gambler can use my name in such way.
And they do really smart things. People will think I'm smart. So that was my mission, find the smart people.
Yeah.
So I get those people, put them in place. Boom, we're off and running. Things are happening. Cleaning up some deals, making new deals. Now I'm getting a piece of deals. Randy and Rich were partners. We're doing it all. At a point, it gets to a point, because you asked a very important question, was how do I get to like, okay, now there's other things to do. I'm like, oh, my first thought is, as a capitalist and an entrepreneur, is like a year into doing the LeBron stuff, I'm like, oh, LeBron is going great. Other athletes will see that and want some of that. And I can build a little management company and get other athletes. That was my first like expansion of thought, scale.
Let's scale this business.
I then realized I didn't even know what the word scale meant, but now I'm clear on what scale meant. Oh, the scale is not going to come from more athletes because with each athlete comes as much work as working with LeBron and a much smaller return. The bigger return with the same amount of work is to build businesses with LeBron.
Scale LeBron.
Instead of representing 15 athletes, build 3 or 4 or 5 companies with us as partners.
And probably if you scale,
that's a better business.
If you built your bench, LeBron would have probably dumped you because he would have had to.
He could have. Yeah, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
That's how I got to, okay, we should be doing other things together. Let's figure out how to do the other things together. Fast forward to 2011, sold a piece of that company to Fenway Sports Group, which is still my partner today for, now it's been 15
Which is
years.
the Red Sox.
Red Sox, Liverpool Football Club, and Pittsburgh Penguins.
Love Liverpool.
That's how we became.
Go Reds.
Yes, I love the Reds. Well, we're not playing great right now on defense. But that's how we became partners there. And in doing that and going through all that, Paul Wachter, who's worked with us for 20 some odd years now, he really gave me a lesson on business school, on like finance, deals, business, because I was good at drumming up and finding opportunities, and I bring him in and he'd tell me how to analyze them and think about them and how to like look at them. And he's like an RIA, but more, because worked with some of the great entrepreneurs, Jimmy Iovine.
But he's a finance guy.
Finance guy.
Yeah.
But he was a Fenway guy because Tom Warner, the vice chairman of Fenway, was his client.
Okay.
So he put Tom and I together and crafted the deal.
Yeah.
And gave me a lesson on business, really gave me a business school lesson, still does. I don't know why I'm saying like this in the past. We still talk every day, and really taught me business and how to look at business and where value lies and how to get value out of things, how to build equity value, how to retain equity value. And I really learned all of that going through all the deals that we worked on. And as you know, I learned a lot in deals that we passed on too. But we did, you do a lot of work on some deals and you pass on them, but you learn a lot through them too.
And I quote, we don't do endorsements, we do equity.
We like equity.
There we go. Tell me what that means.
In layman's terms, when you think about the value drivers, when you have a asset, a company, an entity.
So do they have equity in Nike? Because that would be great. Now I do like that part where he's talking ownership, because if he's talking equity, then that is smart. That's one of the smartest things he said this whole interview, besides doing the dumbest thing, which is doing it. But it's smart if he could use LeBron, and that's what they all should be doing. Leverage that celebrity for ownership, not just no money, because that money runs out. Leverage that celebrity. You are A-list celebrity. They all should be leveraging that for ownership. It shouldn't even be a conversation about nothing else. I don't want to hear you giving me $500 million. Give me $100 million and give me some ownership.
that when you're running any company, as you ran your company and built it, and I've run a companies, the job of the person running it is to drive value. That is ultimately
That's your gig.
that is your gig. That there's lots of other parts
Which you don't realize generally in the early days that that's your gig.
it is to return value to
That's right.
shareholders, employees,
Investors.
partners, investors. Value. Where's the value?
That's right.
So, and value creation comes in many different shapes, forms. It can come in revenue. It can come in profit. Those are very straightforward value drivers. It can come in brand equity. Price is still an extremely valuable brand. It can come in many different shapes and forms. So, in thinking about endorsement versus equity, there are some companies, if it's Coca-Cola, we just do a straight endorsement because it is a public company trading on the public markets.
Endorsement meaning?
Endorsement, we take cash. We just take straight cash. The cash comes to LeBron. He pays the taxes, ordinary income. And then with that cash, he can then trade that cash wherever he wants. If he wants Coca-Cola equity, you just go buy it on the open market, no problem. In the instance where we're doing deals with private companies, we wanted equity. In the best of those kind of deals, you get a little bit of both. You get some cash and some equity. Cash, because we all need cash flow to live our life every day.
Can't eat equity.
Can't eat equity. But equity, because LeBron James is going to drive value, he is literally a value driver because of his name, image, and likeness. And the best way for him to capture, if he's driving value on a private company, is to own a piece of it through the form of straight equity, options, something that allows him to capture the value that he is helping drive as a part of whatever he's going to do for the company.
And more tax efficient.
Much more tax efficient to a layman, meaning he's not taking in $1 and have to pay 50% to the government.
56, yeah.
56. He's driving value that he can later decide what to do with that value. So it's much more tax efficient. And even when he decides to take in, he decides to sell it, it comes in the form of capital gains tax instead of a ordinance. So that's what we were thinking.
It's also great being part owner of something like Liverpool, which is just an exciting thing.
It's an exciting thing. It's fun. You get value in many ways from being a Liverpool owner. When we've won Champions League, that's big value. Going to games, there's also economic value that we've gotten. When we bought the club, it was bankrupt, and we bought it out of bankruptcy and have driven tons of value to it. So yes, there is that also.
Amazing. So again, we haven't got to it, but Spring Hill, like how did you come up with the idea? Like, I want to do media, and how did you build the team, and how did you sort of start getting into that?
After we did the deal with Fenway, Tom Warner, who is the co-founder and vice chairman of Fenway, who is, if he's not the greatest, him and his partner Marcy Carsey, they're top 2-3 greatest television producers in the history of television.
Wow.
They made The Cosby Show.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Rose, that's how he made it.
So hold on. He was a TV guy, made money.
I'd argue he's one of the richest TV producers in the history.
Wow. And then got into sports.
Yeah, he took that money and bought sports teams.
I did not know that. There we go.
Yes, he took that money and bought sports teams. And then I met him, did Samsung, which was on 2014. He and I, my first television show, he and I produced it and sold it together.
What was that?
It's called Survivor's Remorse.
We fell from the Titanic and landed in a life.
It was a scripted television show for 4 or 5 years. And through that, I moved to LA and I was like, I'm going into content.
This is fun.
I saw the wave coming. Tom helped me get into it. A guy who worked with LeBron and I on comms and strategic comms, Adam Mendelson, he also told me, he said, hey,
better. So I was like, who's this guy? I want to go meet him. And then it was the beginning of our friendship. But you just did such a great job at it. You were so good at it. And I was like, wow, this guy's really talented. You built this thing, the barbershop being a cultural thing where people go hack on each other and tell stories and do stuff. It was actually kind of the beginning of the podcast. It was pre the podcast, the golden age of podcasting. And by the way, you did podcasting as well. But tell us a little bit about the shop and how that sort of came.
Yeah, the shop, listen, not to keep, and I'm not doing this because I'm sitting with you, but like, I'm not kissing your ass as I'm sitting, but like Vice, like that was one of my inspirations.
That was a good time.
In the media were like Nike. How do I do like Nike meets Vice Sports? I was like that was always floating in my head.
And the shop was on HBO, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Started on HBO. All the things I learned at Nike was always in my head and watching, and I was like, always like, okay, what am I doing? Like, how do I pull this all together? And it was always came back to like, do what feels most comfortable for you and the team. Because it's not just me, I'm just a big team.
Yeah.
And then put it in beautiful packaging, right? Yeah. Like Apple puts things in beautiful packaging. That's a big deal. Nike. Like Nike, like wrap it, like always wrap it nice. So the shop was an idea that my brother Randy Mims had and my other brother PR. They had this idea for it to be audio, actually. The first idea was for it to be
Sorry, your brothers, like family brothers?
Like friends who become brothers. And they had this idea, like, and they came in like, we have this idea as an audio version to take what happens in the barbershop, all barbershops, but really like the black barbershop, the hood barbershop in our neighborhoods, and like how that energy and conversation flows. And I was like, that's a great idea. What you quickly realize is
That's what I see. I see the interviewer leading Maverick down the road. He just don't understand. Like these questions, man. Lord have mercy.
That guy's setting them up.
If he want me to feel like LeBron James is a babbling idiot and can't do anything without him, I believe it. American man, where did you go? Yeah, but if he want me to believe that, you know, LeBron James is a babbling fool, that he can't do nothing without him, now I'm starting to believe it.
You say he convincing you, huh?
Yeah, he's starting to convince me. I mean, this guy see everything. He see the wave coming on, like Rainey said, he see the wave coming on the movie sets, on the TV shows. He hired the lawyer, he got the accountant. Like LeBron didn't have an accountant for 2 years. That's what I got out of this. He said, I don't like the way things going. Come take care of everything. And then this guy hires lawyers, accountants, money managers. What were they doing before that? This is crazy. This is the genius that just saved LeBron, huh?
Not making them look too good.
show, it can get messy because it's like, this is like, blah, blah, blah. But the idea was great. And we said, what do we do with this? And we said, okay, let's pitch it as an idea to some brands. And Beats loved the idea. First one we ever did was for Beats, actually. And it just exploded. It just like people loved it. People loved the authenticity of it. We had great guests. Our first ever episode was such a, I mean, I should go back and watch this, like Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg is on there. John Miller's on there. It's just like a great room. LeBron, Odell Beckham. It's like athletes. I'm sorry, I said John Miller. John Stewart, comedian, musician. It was like funny but real. We talked about lighthearted, heavy, and it just exploded. And we put it out there as kind of a brand.
Did you get a piece of Beats or no? Just that one.
Beats sponsored it.
Yeah.
We owned it. They were the sponsor.
Right.
It blew up for them. They put more paid behind it. It just kept. It was earned. It was just exploding.
Yeah.
And we got a call from HBO. And HBO says, Plepler, Richard. I love
Shout out to Plepler.
Shout out to Plepler.
The best.
The good old days.
They don't make him like him anymore.
They do not. Shout out to Richard Plepler. I love him. And he goes, Richard Plepler says, I've never seen a show more HBO like. This is an HBO show.
Yeah.
And Richard was had built the only other place, but on mass, that was a brand. Like HBO was pristine. It was a brand. Like you knew.
Gold standard.
I think I have to add them. They were the brand too. Like if I said that's an HBO show, what do your eyes close? You're like, I know what this is.
Gold standard.
Gold standard.
Yeah.
And that was like a massive moment for me. It was like, I've made something that Richard thinks.
Same thing with Vice. When you get to HBO at the time, that was it. That was the
I said to Richard one time, we were having dinner. It was me, Richard, this is the good old days, Jeff Bucas, Paul Wachter.
Yeah.
We're having dinner in LA. And I said to him, and him or Jeff, I can't remember, I think it was Jeff said, I'm going to use that at our board meeting. Or maybe Richard. I said, Richard, I come from the world of Nike. That's where I grew up. I said, getting a show on HBO is akin to having Nike say, we're going to make a shoe in your name.
That's right.
It's like having a Michael Jordan shoe, a LeBron James shoe, a Tiger. If you have a show on HBO, you walked around town like, I have a show on HBO. I got my own sneaker, bro. Like, it was just, it mattered that much. And he called us and said, listen, we want to do this. And we made the deal. And we were on HBO we're in season 4 seasons, 1 Emmys. And it just became a rocket ship, but we kept it true to its form, booked great guests. And it was at that it was like, we caught the right at the end of the golden age of HBO and like cable and pay. And like, it mattered to be on HBO, and the shop being on HBO made it just took it to a whole other level.
Yeah.
As you know, you were on HBO.
The golden years. And I remember watching you and again saying, boy, this guy is great. And also, I mean, it wasn't just something you had sort of set up and like, oh, you're in it yourself, whatever. And I remember you had the biggest yet, let's say, and you had Kanye come on, and it was like, you could have just put it on and you felt like a moral compunction, and you were like, hold on a second here. I don't know if I can put this up. And you called me and we were talking about it, and it's like, you got to go what you got, and you ended up not running. It would have been front page news everywhere.
Correct. That was a moment. It was my birthday, actually. Kanye came on, and I known him for a very long time, and we talked about it. and we talked about what we were going to discuss, and he came on, and I've never really talked about something. He decided to go kind of on rants, and then he'd come back, and then he'd rant about this or that, and Jewish people. Then he ran about the Kardashians, then he ran about this or that. And I'm sat in the chair, and it was one of the hardest days of my life. I was exhausted in this because I'm sat there going, I'm in the conversation, just like I'm in this conversation with you, thinking about it, thinking about what I'm going to say and what's next. I'm a producer.
What's up, American man?
Hey, what's up, guys? Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning,
I think
bro.
you're missing. I think you're missing the play.
Okay.
Remember, you said when this all started and LeBron name came up, you said what? LeBron gonna tap him on the shoulder and say you got to take it. Well, guess what he's doing? That's the
Oh,
play,
okay.
right? I'm the degenerate gambler. LeBron can't do this. LeBron can't do that. Therefore, freeing LeBron of any scandal because he's too incompetent to be caught up in a gambling scandal.
Oh, makes sense.
Yeah.
Right? That's the play right there. Right now, here's the thing: he just can't come out and be like LeBron had nothing to do with it. I did it. That's not going to convince no one. Right? So he's got to do all the talking and everything to convince everyone and mix it up in there with everything else to free LeBron of the scandal.
Cause I was damn sure thinking like, damn, he make LeBron seem like he's dumber than all of
Dummy.
us.
For real.
Right? This is the play. Now I really jumped in because I heard something egregious. That guy, not from Maverick, but from the guy interviewing him, the guy said something about, oh, you were pre-podcast before podcast. There were so many podcasts out before these guys like started doing what they were doing. I don't know why that guy blowing his head up like that. Nobody, no
Oh,
one, no one.
he's stroking his ego. He knows this guy got an ego. He's stroking his ego to get him to keep talking.
Well, yeah, but no one is pre-podcast more than Joe Rogan and Dave Smith and these guys. So I don't know why. I mean, I get it because they got to do this. But yeah, my whole thing is he's taking the fall. That's the play.
Well,
That's
then
it.
good job, Maverick. 'Cause shit, he had me confused at first.
Yeah.
Nah, this is what it is. And you said it. You said it like 3 weeks ago, a month ago. You was like, "Yo, LeBron gonna tap him on the shoulder and say you got to take this one. You got to own it." And here it goes. He's owning it, right? And he's making it. He's making it sound good. He's convincing everyone. And now, next time we see LeBron run up and down the court, that big dummy is not able to run no gambling scandal.
You're right. Yeah, now this boy real good too, because he had me mad. I'm like, what the this boy
Right.
doing?
Well, listen, I mean, let's be honest. He ain't no dummy, right? Now all that I did it all by myself. I don't believe that. But I believe they transitioned him into that. But a lot of that, and I know a lot of people don't understand this. A lot of these guys' success actually came through Rock Nation. That's where they were learning a lot of this from. That's why LeBron kept Jay-Z close and these guys.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man, that's the fall right there. That's it. He's taking the fall. He's actually doing what he's supposed to do if you think about it.
Well, he's doing a great job. Shoot, I look at him different now. He's doing a great damn job. I'm glad you came up here to enlighten us because, hey, at first I couldn't stand Maverick, but he's doing a great job. If it ends up with him, the degenerate gambler, going, then he's doing a great job.
Right? I mean, listen, he's doing what he's supposed to do. You're supposed to protect the asset. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you get money and all that, but if LeBron James goes, you ain't far behind. So you got to protect the asset. Doing what he's supposed to do.
So he implicates himself.
I would have never been gambling in the first place. All right, I'll bring you up, bro. I would have never been gambling in the first place.
Well, whether he was really gambling, or whether LeBron was gambling, I mean that's kind of the
No, I'm
small
talking about
part.
the dude Maverick.
But
The dude
you know,
Maverick,
again,
he was gambling. LeBron haven't been proven to be gambling at all.
and now that Maverick came out and said he's a degenerate gambler and LeBron is too dumb, guess what? We're done looking at LeBron now. We got the smoking gun right here.
Facts. Because we believe him with his grandma and all that. They looked that up. You want to turn your camera off, bro?
Yeah, I'm trying to turn my camera off. I don't see how to turn it off. It just say front facing and
just hit there should be a camera button and you hit that and it'll put an X.
I got it.
There you go.
Got it.
All right.
Yeah. I just
anyway, I'm gonna jump out of here. I just wanted to point that out real quick.
All right, I appreciate you. Go ahead. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I just wanted to chime in. My point is, this me, CC, that sent the video to you, like a couple days ago, whatever. So look, this is my whole thing. Him establishing the fact, because the way the government and the courts look at things, he's saying that at the beginning of the video, he's been cool with LeBron since a childhood. He known him since a kid. So when LeBron hit that growth spurt and everybody realized, oh shit, he about to be the one. He 12, 11, 13. He getting tall. He going to the hoop. He bigger, stronger. All those games from when he was at St. Vincent, St. Mary's are now in question, knowing that this guy has established he was born into a gambling house. So it's no wonder, no coincidence that between Gilbert, aka Gilbert, is connected with these Israeli, quote unquote, I don't know if they really exist, mobsters, or the other thing with Chauncey with the Italian mobsters. If people know mobster history, Ohio was like in the main hub between them going from New York.
Your mic going out. You know your mic going out, right?
No, I ain't know my mic was
going out. I don't know
out.
if they want you to say this, so you got to repeat what you said, because every time as soon as you said, I don't know if people know this. Ohio is the mic went out, and then I'm like, damn, what the hell going on?
Okay. I was saying Ohio was a strong mob town from back in the days. It's like the middle point from when they was moving from New York going to Vegas. So if he's saying his grandmother ran this illegal gambling house, and in the video he said she knew all of the underwear, all of the people. So he's been attached to illegal gambling, crimes, and mobs since his childhood. No wonder that these illegal gambling bust operations from Gilbert, Dilbert, whatever you want to call them, to Chauncey is Israeli mob. Then you got Chauncey, Italian mob. And like, hold up, this guy's saying he's been connected to the mob since birth through his grandmother and his father. So now it's like all those games LeBron played in high school that was televised. How do we know that if his best friend, his big brother Maverick, didn't have his hand in some of those games? So yeah, he might be saying, I'm the one, LeBron's a big dumb jock, he don't know nothing. But if he follows your lead, everything that LeBron in his career has now been in question because he's been attached to LeBron since childhood. So he's really just threw LeBron's legacy into limbo. So now we have to question everything from him with the gambling. Rich Paul is a degenerate gambler. He was on Shannon's things talking about how he gambled. He been gambling since a kid. You got Randy Mims, the fall guy that's ordering PEDs allegedly from Kale Sonnen. And now he's attached to this thing too, because he just mentioned Randy's doing this. And so he wants to be the brain of the operation. His arrogance is why this dude, Shane Smith, is just lacing him up. If I was a prosecutor, all I gotta do is play this. This is Exhibit A. This is Exhibit A to topple the kingdom, which they try to build up. As you know, KB, they will build you up and they'll destroy you. That's why when you build yourself like you're doing and you've been doing, they can't destroy what they didn't build. They built LeBron up. Yes, he has God-given talent. Yes, he worked hard. But, I mean, with this guy telling, he's the architect. So, yeah, I was just chiming in on that.
I'm with you on that. I like American man's perspective as well. I mean, he could try to take the fall. But see, I didn't know all the information that you just said about Ohio. So like you said, the feds work in mysterious ways. And this interview, this dude asked specific questions in a certain way. And this dude, to me, fell for all of them, or he took accountability for all of them. Like, he basically gave me the impression that he can pretty much coerce LeBron to do anything.
Right.
He said big brother, little brother dynamic.
Yep.
So we look at LeBron as this big, mythical figure that's going to run the show. But because of his connection with him through high school ball, LeBron kind of look up to this guy. That's what the impression I got.
Yeah, same here. And if think about it, if he didn't have a dad in his life, and from Carcino video saying he got a alleged brother out there. So this guy was like a big brother, father figure. He's around Maverick and his family. He said it. He lived at the bottom of the hill in apartments. We lived in a single family. He always, if you listen to this interview, he's always trying to slight himself better than LeBron. He was like, I was the one who got the MVP. I'm the only person that can say I got a better, it's like everything he has to outshine LeBron because in his mind, he's better than LeBron because he thinks he's smarter than LeBron. And it's like he hooked into this young brother and seen his circumstance. And yeah, they probably friends and cool and everything. You taught him how to drive. So you probably gave him you hooked him up with his first girl. Think about it. He's 3 years older. Man, LeBron's been so brainwashed by this guy who's allegedly faster. He's older. Then he grew up in an adult environment at a young age. So he's running circles around him. And his arrogance and his ego to want to be stroked by these pink toes like Shane Smith and all these guys, man, he's bragging. So when he goes around these $1 billion rich people, he's talking about, I did that. Like you just say, I did that. I'm the one who came up with this. I'm the one who did that. Why was he in the meeting with LeBron's agent and his mother? Because clearly he's like the father figure, big brother, trusted person. He's his handler.
That's the biggest question the feds or anybody's going to want to know. This is a young man. LeBron is a young man. Why was this dude here? What is his background to be in that room?
Yeah, because if LeBron was in the room at 17 or 18, that means this guy's 3 years older. He's only 20 or 21. So what is a 21-year-old doing? And they talking about millions, potentially $1 billion career. Because he could go for 20 years and he's making 60, 70, 80 off the dribble. Because when he signed the first deal with Nike, it was like a $90 or $100 million. The agent got 10%, so I'm quite sure Maverick got on. But that's what Sonny was saying. He had a problem with it because they gave him the job. Nike allegedly gave him the job ahead of time to kind of coach LeBron. Like, hey man, give me an internship with Nike. And LeBron signs with Nike. Of course, everybody want Nike. But Reebok was throwing that bag. AI came out good. He got a lifetime deal where they put some money up and he's straight. So Shaq came out. So Reebok, all these companies attach themselves to people for a reason, but he's directing him in a certain direction where he wants him to go, where he's always going to get a VIG. He said it. He learned about the VIG at a young age. Wherever LeBron's go, he's getting a VIG off LeBron. LeBron is his casino. And he's the guy, he's ace. He's always going to eat. He's always going to eat off of LeBron's plate.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Every turn of go ahead, bro.
I just said that's what I heard. I heard the same thing. Everything he feeds off LeBron. Everything LeBron do, he feeds off LeBron.
But it's the arrogance. He feeds off LeBron, but also take away from LeBron in the same breath. He almost he feed off LeBron, but you wouldn't think that. Listen to the way he talk. It's almost like he puts it out there like LeBron is codependent on him.
That's that slick talk, man. That's that slick talk.
He's talking like he made LeBron. Like aside from LeBron being 6'8", it's almost like I made him. He was the man when he was on the team. He said I was the captain when LeBron got there. And I was there in the room in the draft. I was he basically I did Spring Hill. I saw the wave with the movie, so I went to this, I went to that. Okay, if you saying all that, then you're saying you're the mastermind behind all of this. So it's just unfortunate that, and I'm quite sure this, KB, being an athlete and being the number one pick and being all the things, people will attach themselves to you that really don't have your best interests at heart. And a lot of times it might be people that's close to you. So when people have to shake family and friends away, it ain't because they changed up. It's because, nah, motherfucker, you trying to get over on me, and you might potentially put me in a situation where I'm involved in all these fucking gambling joints. Gilbert talking about, we was gambling at LeBron house. So y'all was gambling at LeBron house. This dude been gambling, where did LeBron learn about poker parties at their house? From this dude who was doing it when he was born from his grandmother. So it ain't hard to connect the dots. One thing about FBI and the feds, man, they definitely could do a fucking connect the dot puzzle. Shit. God damn. He laid it out for him with a smile on his face.
Right.
Because his arrogance.
And because of his arrogance. This man on point. They built him up, go along, get along gang. Salute. But yeah, man, I just don't get it, man. That's why I stay by myself because yeah, a lot of people they don't have your best interest in mind, or they don't understand that there's layers to this, and you need protection. Like I wouldn't just try to go get a deal and use your name for a deal and put and don't even involve you in it. Like I would never do something like that. But there's people that do that all the time. They get cars in through other people's names. They get houses and promise that they're going to bring you certain places. Like I know people that done brought their friends and put their friends in certain situations that they done got in trouble because they didn't even know what was going on. But they friend done promised that they done took a bag and promised that they would do something that person didn't know that they were supposed to do. You know, rappers go through it all the time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's unfortunate that we do it to our own people. And you know, and like I said, this dude had a potential. Think about it, if he was in the right mindset and everything he might have learned from his grandma. Because for one, on another note, I would have never got nowhere in badmouth my grandmother if she lived a life of crime and talked about it to the public forever, recorded on cameras. My grandmother was a teacher in DC for 36 years, public schools. So why, if I'm not going to spread anything positive about my grandmother and her life, and
That's
whether your
real, though.
grandmother's a cafeteria worker, I don't give a damn what she is. Why would you get up on TV and like, yeah, my grandmother ran this? So basically, you said she been evading the taxes. He said she didn't have to do it. My grandfather had a good job. She just did it. So you already see what mindset he's coming from. He's coming from where, no disrespect, nobody's grandmother. It's like, damn, granddad busting his ass. She doing this stuff on the side. But he's praising his grandmother more than he's praising his hardworking grandfather. So he already got the mindset where he's womanly led. That's why he's tickled by this fucking flattery. Women get amused and aroused when you compliment them. A man, you tell him, oh man, nice outfit. Yeah, thanks, appreciate it, bro. You know what I'm saying? You tell a woman she look nice, she starts cheesing like a Chester cat. And that's what he's doing. Because he probably took to his grandmother. Like, you know, it's clear. It's clear as day. It's clear as day. Stevie Wonder could see what the fuck is going on. This motherfucker has basically said all that shit that he learned that these young dudes is getting busted. Well, they're not young, Gilbert and all them in whatever, allegedly, with these gambling houses and stuff that's tied into the same shit that he's talking about. He was around since he was 5. Come on, man. They don't take a rocket science to figure that shit out.
How to get a rake and play pity pat at 5. When he said that, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask y'all a question, man.
What's going on?
The neighborhood that y'all grew up in, you knew everybody mostly up in there. You knew who was who and who did what, right?
Yep.
Now, my man Maverick said he been doing gambling stuff all his life, right? Now, by him being in the same neighborhood as LeBron, do you think that LeBron knew what he was doing?
Nah, because if he's 3 years younger, and the way they describe, because I don't know personally, but if he bouncing around, he got a teenage mom, and he's living from pillar to post, I don't really think LeBron knew him in terms of gambling. Because if he's doing it at 5 and 6, LeBron's 3. So LeBron ain't, you don't know what the hell somebody doing.
Well, I'm not saying he knew when he started.
No, I'm just saying. Say
I'm talking about as time went on. Say like you say he's 12 and LeBron 9.
9, right.
LeBron know what he's doing because LeBron know what's going on in the neighborhood.
I can't necessarily say that because think about it.
Why
if he's
not?
12 and he's in that gambling house, he ain't worrying about running up and down the street playing. That's why LeBron probably so good at basketball. He outside playing basketball because he ain't got nothing to do. You know, this dude got to count the money. He got to sweep the floor. He got to make sure there ain't no 5s under here. He's skimming off the top. You don't know. He's involved in that life. He's enthralled in that life. LeBron was enthralled with basketball. That's why basketball led LeBron.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Okay.
In your neighborhood, did you know the dope houses?
At 9 years old, no. I just know that there was certain houses where there'd be people there, but I didn't know it was dope until I got like high school. Once you get high school, like 13, 14, 15, then you start noticing the little stuff a little more. Because of the rap music told me that it was dope house. I didn't know. I just thought it was bummy houses on my street.
Well, 13 ain't too far from 9. But what I'm saying is, you know different people. Because if you remember when LeBron came out of high school, do you remember what kind of car he was driving?
I know it was a truck or Lex. It was a big truck. I know he had the Jim Brown jersey. You got to remember, I was born in '79, so when LeBron and KB came out, I was like a little bit older than them. So I'm 46. So
and he was
That was my
and
son's
her,
favorite player when he came to the NBA.
and he had a single mama, right?
Right?
And
Yeah, I'm not taking. Yeah,
and what did his mama do?
I'm not sure what his mom did. I know she
Okay.
had him, and I know that he was able to provide.
But my question is,
Uh-huh.
LeBron know what the hell Maverick doing?
Well, probably at 17, 18, he probably did know he be gambling. Yeah,
Okay,
I'm not saying that.
they all was in it.
Yeah, but so
But
that's what I just
but
said. That tarnishes
LeBron,
his
but
legacy.
right, see, that's the whole thing.
So that's what I'm
See,
saying. So if he knows at 17, I'm not talking about I'm talking about when he established knowing when Maverick put his eyes on LeBron. He said he known him since LeBron was like 5. Well, he was in gambling at 5. He known him around the neighborhood. So think about it. If he's 12, 13, and he's in basketball, AAU circuit, he's a little taller than the kids. He had to get to St. Vincent St. Mary if his mom's pillar to post and say he get a scholarship. That guy's already there. So he's like, man, we got this freshman coming next year, and he's going to be on the team. His name's LeBron James. His name's bubbling around town. I'm in DC area. The AAU circle around here, DC Assault, Sheik Pearson, all those guys, Eric Branham. I went to school around with them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm AAU in every city is like that. So you kind of know who's on the circle, who's coming up. You know who's the next 12, 13-year-old that might be coming up in the high school. So yeah, he probably knew who LeBron was, but I'm not putting all that on terms of LeBron being involved in the gambling at 12, 13, 11 years old.
I'm just saying he knew what type of character Maverick was. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but that's making a case for the state then. That's just basically saying that LeBron is comparable and he knows what the fuck's going on. That's what I'm saying. So you basically saying the
that's
same
why
thing,
we
just saying
said
it from
it's
a
not
different angle.
right. Right. So that's why we were saying it's not a good move for him doing this interview.
Oh no, I knew that. That's why I sent it to K when we was talking about the other day. It brought up. I was like, did you see this interview? I saw it last week, and I was like, I can't believe this dude is talking about this. And then when I said what the dude did who interviewed him, Shane Smith, he timed it perfectly because the interview was recorded before he just dropped it when all this gambling is going on because he knew it was going to generate traction. But the machine that's LeBron, it wasn't in the algorithm. I was looking up somebody else, Pablo Torre, and all this gambling stuff. And then I seen that video, your algorithm switch. So once I seen that, I said, damn, Maverick Carter talking about gambling? I said, holy shit, let me look at this. Then he started talking about his grandmama. I said, why the fuck would he dirt sully her name like that? Let her rest in peace. Why you telling the world that she was basically like Madam Queen from off of Hoodlum and shit? Like, stop glorifying and idolizing our negatives in our culture and our family. Put forth the positive things. He could have said, my grandmother was a family-oriented lady and she provided for the family. She always kept a warm meal. And my grandfather worked hard and busted his ass and took care of the family. End of story. Nah, he want his grandmother to be the gangster lady. Like, come on, man. You could have talked about his grandfather.
The bootlegging, rake taking, poker house.
Why ain't his grandfather in the interview talking about my grandfather had a job and worked and took care of the family till he died before I got her. You know what I'm saying?
Didn't that sound dumb?
Because all them every night at the gambling house ain't bringing in money. It ain't bringing in big money. I mean, it's bringing in something, but it ain't bringing in enough to pay the mortgage. I'm quite sure granddad had to pay the mortgage and keep the cars and all that stuff going.
Man, that's crazy. So LeBron, 23 plus years in and around the game with this dude at his side, he knows you better go rewatch Space Jam 2. Salute. Man, I just don't get it. And we could try to spin it. I still don't think LeBron will get any involvement in none of this. I think he means too much to the NBA. It would be too much of a scandal. They'd probably take away my pension, so I hope he don't get caught either.
Well, nah, he ain't gonna come down. Most of the time it's just that little embarrassment. It's just the fact that it's on his mentioned in this, his associate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna take it down because it affects, like you said, it affects them. It affects the NBA, the product. They already got a lot of questions going on. So the last thing they want to do is have the dude that they've been marketing for the last 15 years as the face of the NBA, so to speak. As you know what I mean? So they can't
20
do that.
years.
Yeah, 20 for sure. But yeah.
I was saying that LeBron knew old boy was a gambler. It ain't like this big surprise to him. He knew he was a gambler.
We all gambled to an extent. When I played in the league, we played Boo-Ray on the plane. So everybody gambled. That's why when I heard Gilbert say, oh, well, LeBron wasn't gambling, I was like, wow. Like that right there means something. Like, because it's reporters that get on planes and they'll know if LeBron participate in gambling on the plane. they'll know. So that little thing that Gilbert, that subtle thing that he may think is nothing, that he hurried up and tried to deflect like LeBron wasn't gambling at his own house. Like, come on, Gil. When he said that, it almost gave the ghost up a little bit.
Right.
That's part of the hood. Gambling, especially playing Tonk. Oh man, you gambling all night, man.
Yeah, the gambling ain't the problem, but it's the fact the way he implemented it and how he tried to. He didn't have to say that. And see, to me, what I get from this thing, the way this dude smirk and act with his sweater over there and his toes wiggling every time in front of this dude.
You stupid.
This is who Gilbert want to be. Gilbert want to be like him. They both. That's why I see the connection. They both got that little preppy. They dangerous because they so harmless that they'll pay somebody to do something. And this is what this guy gives off. Hey, I'm quirky. I'm in the room with all these people. I'm smiling. I'm giggling. I'm laughing. I'm drinking my wine. But at the same time, they're dangerous because their arrogance and their ego to want to be so fucking cool is what, like, you know.
Oh, that's why I said when I was listening to them talk, I said, "Oh, this is a street cat."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
this is a different type of street cat. He's a hands-off street cat, but he dangerous, boy.
Yeah, he ain't Tyrone on the corner with the bandana around his head.
No,
he the guy that
he the one that
smiling at the bank, but he'll shoot. You know what I mean? His
you
pen is more mighty than his gun.
give for gab.
Nah, his payments will make sure Tyrone point that pistol at you.
Exactly. His pen and his money, his pen is more important than his gun because he'll place the order on you. He ain't gonna do it. He'll put the order.
How Gilbert say he would go get his golden retrievers.
Oh yeah, Kwame. He said he'd get them on you. That's
you know
crazy.
they like to talk in code, golden retrievers. So what's gold for the money? They're gonna retrieve the money. They're gonna do something.
I don't know, but somebody just Dreams Basketball just did a compilation video on that shit, man. That man, he had me crying laughing. This man say he gonna send them golden retrievers after
golden retrievers.
You know I live in LA. I was about to send them golden retrievers. I'm like, damn. He almost scared me until he said golden retrievers because I like that.
That's not the most friendliest dog you can have.
Yeah,
right.
Golden retriever, like
that's a mad golden retriever.
That's a family dog. That's a family dog. Golden retriever.
Say a Rottweiler. I go get the Rottweiler, the pit bull.
Right.
Hey, golden retriever. Ain't that Airbud? The superhero dog? Wasn't he a golden retriever?
The nicest dog in the world.
Yeah, them family dog.
Nigga say they gonna try to scare me with a golden retriever, like you goddamn valley boy.
But you know what, Kwame? That just shows you how dumb some people can be sometimes, man. They want to say something, but they don't know what they saying.
Man, he almost scared me, though. If he'd have said like go send no Rottweilers, I'd have been scared.
What you say, Kwame? Oh shit!
Yeah, I'd have been like, damn, I almost got hit by the Rottweiler. That nigga said golden retrievers. I was like, oh. This nigga sitting family dog. Yeah, not a family dog. Right.
Hey, that's the studio gangsters. They try to play tough. They want to be tough so bad. They go all their way. They get stumbled up and they don't know what they think. So it was a Freudian slip. That shows you how soft and friendly he is. He said a golden retriever. God, shit. Oh my goodness, that was
so. Hold on. So I heard him referred to as the bronze handlers. If you know the game, they all have handlers, right? So LeBron was going to have a handler one way or another because that's the nature of the business. Now, my question is, should the handler be his childhood friend or should the handler be sent back on a plane on the way overseas?
Well,
what do y'all mean by handler? Who has a handler? Because I don't know what that means. I know some guys had handlers, and I know some guys use a mother. I know people that use just an attorney, and they just use the person as a go-between. Because I know Antonio McDyess and a lot of other people, they were smart with it. Some people didn't even use an agent to negotiate their contract. They just got an attorney that negotiated their own deals. They did it clean. You don't know about these guys because they didn't have these super star-studded careers that they promoted like that because they don't want that promoted. But
agreed.
Yeah.
What is this handler thing you mean?
Well, when I mention the term handlers, it's a term that they use that they try to remember when Dr. Boy said to you and he was like, you don't have nobody attached to you. But in
Right.
terms of this, it's kind of basically that's what they try to do with kind of what Kanye West was
Well,
saying. They try to put a handler on you, somebody that the people can tap on their shoulder and say, "Hey, we don't want them doing this."
right.
But in terms of,
You
but
know
in
what? You're
terms of,
right. Let me say this. You're 100% right when it comes to that. They give you the handler though, but in this particular situation with LeBron, I just think this guy found it that LeBron had some necessary needs in his life, and he latched in on LeBron early.
right,
So he kind of developed into a like of a handler, but he saw the opportunity. He had more of a foresight to see what LeBron didn't see.
right, and I agree
Well,
with that.
of course.
Yeah, and that's why I
Well,
was
of
saying. So think
course.
about it. If they know that he got LeBron ear, they can tap him on the shoulder. Why? Because they know his past. They know he come from crime. They know he has this tendency to the risk on the edge. He's a maverick. He's a wild.
What I'll say, I think this guy did was, I think this guy set LeBron up with the right handlers. I think this guy set LeBron up with the right publicists, the right bankers. I
Yeah,
think he would be the go-between, because if I already know, if I'm just a rich white investor and I want to control LeBron, the first
right.
thing I look for is who's connected to LeBron. And if
Exactly.
this the guy that's connected to LeBron, who started off as a degenerate gambler since he was 5, then that would be easy for
Right.
these big entities to manipulate, and then also manipulate LeBron.
Yep.
Do you guys remember the big brouhaha when Maverick Carter entered the NBA as an agent?
Yeah, they changed the rules because of him.
I thought it was Rich Paul.
You think anyone really wants him there?
No, that's why what's name called him a posse. He didn't want them there. I think it was Phil Jackson. And remember at the end of Miami, Pat Riley had a falling out because I think it was Rich Paul and Matt. He didn't want LeBron's friend involved in the negotiations.
I don't think they want them there, but I think Maverick is smart enough. Listening to him talk, I know he's smart enough to put some very influential white people in place that they keep him in the room. And I think LeBron deals get chopped up because he can't be the guy that do it. He has to bring another guy in to help get LeBron deals done. So LeBron deals are getting chopped up and going through other hands before it even reach LeBron, because he can't do it on his own.
Exactly, KB.
So the semblance of this black power thing that they give you, that Maverick is an agent and all that, he has to go get a white guy to actually be an agent to go do some of the stuff that he can't do.
And he says it. He actually said it all in the interview. He said it. He's, I got with this person. He said the guy, Mark Carsey, whatever he said, they had the #1 TV. They did all the shows. So he always he's good.
Hold on. Here's what I find interesting. That's what everyone does. He's not doing anything different from anyone else.
Well, see, that's why they don't like me.
No. I'm talking about hold on. I'm talking hold on. I'm talking about as far as how the industry goes and putting guys in right places so that everyone can get to the right place. That's how everyone does it.
I can't say every. You can't say every and all in things, because you can't. It's not an absolute, because it's some men athletes that have their own integrity, like you said, like Antonio McDyess said. They just hire a lawyer to review the contract, read it over in legal terms, explain to them what it is. They pay the hourly rate, and they do their own negotiating or do their thing. So everybody doesn't do it that way. But I was talking about the aspect.
I was talking about the aspect of going and getting other people to do certain things because you don't know it. Everyone does that. You do that when building a house. Something as simple as building a house. You go and get people to do things that you don't know, and the end product is you have a house that you could sell for $20 million down the line.
Right. So like,
that's the point that I'm making. Right. Everyone does it.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Hiring a specialist and having a person attached to you to go do it is two totally different things. If you want, like you said, if you want to build a house, you go hire an engineer. Say, look, I want my room. I want a room right here. You describe to an engineer person that's just going to draw up the blueprints, or architect, and they're going to be able to draw it up for you. Say, this what you describe it to them, and they'll build it. They'll say, do you want this? They'll give you the blueprint. So yes, that's a higher gun. That's a contract worker. So that's like a lawyer. You give them for a certain many hours. You pay this fee. Look over this. Tell me what it means. So you don't necessarily have to always have someone. You could be an independent man, stand alone. And if I need a plumber and I don't know how to be a plumber, I'm gonna go contract and find a plumber. But I don't have to have a person to go find me a plumber for me. Shit, what the fuck?
I just think I just think you guys are being a little too critical about a guy moving within the framework of the industry doing what everyone else in the industry does. I'm not talking about LeBron. I'm talking about Maverick Carter and the way he handles things. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I agree with the way he handles things, but it doesn't give you a little sleazy, little slimy, little feeling with the way he talking, his demeanor, and everything he's saying about how he's handled these things in the rooms he's been in with LeBron. So and he gave you he told you his whole background. That's like if you grew up in a trap house, right? If you're a product of your environment, yes, but you can change and be different. But he's embracing what he actually the negative. He's bragging on the negative. He was just caught 2 years ago doing the negative. He had a legal book. Why wasn't he betting in Vegas? If you know your best friend and your man is LeBron James, why the fuck are you gambling illegally and then you got caught because somebody else got investigated and they saw your info? Say, oh shit, that's Maverick fucking Carter. He's LeBron's.
Yeah, I would have cut him off right away. But obviously, LeBron can't cut him off, and he knows it. Because just think about it: to make a move like that, to do something like that around LeBron, you have to feel like you safe. Because anybody else get cut. LeBron is $1 billion entity. His attorney, his advisor, his agent, everybody would advise that person to go. But if you are that, if you're that close to LeBron like he is, he seemed to be irreplaceable.
But they played in NBA or
what you say?
Sports that didn't do that.
I couldn't hear you. Your phone was going in and out. Yeah, buddy, phone.
Yeah. I mean, listen, right? I understand what you guys are saying, but within the framework of the industry, he's not doing anything anyone else wouldn't do, right? And it seems to be working out for LeBron, right? And it seems to be working out for the so-called posse. Because it's funny, I'm not gonna get into what Dave Chappelle said, but everyone else that's been running in their posse in the industry, nobody calls them a posse.
It does work. I mean, as long as that always works. That's like the 48 laws of power. It always works. You make sure you align with power and the right people. They're gonna make sure you go up. It's just the things that I seen make sure that I don't know. I can't do it. and I get it and I understand why people do it. It's an easier ride, it's an easier route, but I just can't do it. Not me.
No, and I understand, but I'm just saying within the framework of the industry, it's working. Right? Them boys is going up. And LeBron's gonna leave this scandal unscathed. And someone will take a hit and the world will move on. You know how many billions of dollars LeBron has made the industry already?
Oh yeah, LeBron ain't going nowhere. I don't know why. I don't know why people think LeBron is going somewhere. He's not. None of the scandals are going to hit LeBron. He's too valuable.
Yeah, he's way too valuable.
And
to be honest,
I think LeBron is valuable after basketball too because he has this cult-like following. So LeBron can get into politics. LeBron can go into multiple things. He's already showed interest in politics. So I don't think this is the end of LeBron after basketball.
Kwame,
and to be honest, and
go ahead. I don't think he understands that, Kwame. I don't think he understands that. I think he has to keep on playing to stay relevant. He's still gonna be relevant once he gets through playing basketball.
I don't think that's it for LeBron. I think he's a ball player. I mean, what Kobe played 21 years, Vince Carter played 22 seasons. I mean, this is kind of what these guys do when they love the game.
They
Yeah,
play to
listen, right?
win.
I'm not going to question LeBron's love of the game. I'm not. I'm
Right.
not going to do that. I'm not qualified to do that. One thing I know is that when I look at ball players, they will play until they cannot play anymore. Some
That's
will
true.
leave early, some can't. So I'm not going to question LeBron's love of the game. So
That's true.
I'm definitely not going to say, oh well, he doesn't understand. I'm sure he does. He probably just does not want to stop playing basketball. Does he know? Does he know how to stop playing basketball?
But you know what? I'm
All I
sure.
know is watching him run hurt my legs now. I'm just saying.
Hey, but I'm sure a lot of the old players, if they body didn't break down, they would have played 20 plus years.
Yeah, but if was a fifth, I'd drink it
I
with you.
know that, right? That's the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't want to run at 40 that fast.
Right,
I'm sorry.
right. And plus, what was the standards back then, Kwame? Playing 82 games.
Yeah, but that's until all this money came into play. Ain't nobody
Exactly.
trying to play no 82 games where you could get an extension worth $200 million. All
Exactly.
Holla at you.
right.
Hey
Yeah,
KB,
so
I gotta drop
can you
down.
hear?
A great panel, man. Sorry, my internet got kicked off when I was saying the last thing, but I gotta go because I homeschool my son, so I gotta get ready. I start up at 9, so I just want to say great panel and pleasure being on the show. And I'll hop back on later, either after lunch or next time you come on. But I appreciate it, brother. And yeah,
All right.
everybody have a
Salute to
blessed
you,
day.
bro. All
Salute,
All
right.
right,
bro.
peace.
Peace
All
out.
right.
What's up? What's up? Hey, one thing that alarmed me. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, one thing that alarmed me, man, about this whole thing is how freely he spoke about the gambling during the midst of all this. Like you said, Kwame. Um, Usually, like if you listen to the Chauncey Billups story, that's their access to you right there. Like through, if you gamble a lot and you connect it to somebody who that powerful, that rich, that powerful, that influential, or somebody who's on the up and up, they sink their teeth into you early. That's a gold mine for them. And them, I'm talking about, uh, you know what I'm saying? Those people in them Italian suits. You know what I mean? And so, uh, yeah, man, they got, in my opinion, this was him letting everybody know I'm hands free. You know what I mean? Because there was no reason, like, if you boys with somebody and this shit pop off like this, the way it's been popping off, and you got all these people connected, you chose, the timing you chose was crazy as hell. You know what I mean? It seems like he got his parachute.
Bro, I didn't seen them cheat. I didn't see them cheat on my bet.
Damn.
I didn't see them cheat on my bet. I was finna win the point spread, and you know how they supposed to dribble the ball out after they fin like if they already know they gonna win. Usually they just dribble the ball out. I'm already celebrating. It's like 5 seconds left. They down like 10 points, and right before the buzzer go off, he going for a layup, just to fuck my spread up.
You say who messed your spread up?
I can't remember who it was, but it was just a random player. Like it was in the playoffs. It was like 2 years ago in the playoffs. I was finna win the spread. You know how they just dribble the ball out. Cause if they already know they finna win, they just dribble it out. But with like 5 seconds left, the nigga just went up for the layup for no reason.
Man,
Fuck
we
my
gotta say
spread.
allegedly on that, man. Man could have just been wanting some points, man. You know how you trying to get paid, man.
Nah, they know
This
allegedly.
nigga Jenna crazy.
Hey,
And
or
that
you
man
see,
trying to get paid. That one more point could have put him in double digit scoring.
Nigga,
hey,
I'm
you see
trying
a
to get
nigga pull
paid.
the Ricky Davis and shoot on the opposite side of the rim. You already know what time that shit is.
Yeah, right. Hey man, hey look, Dream Basketball did a little compilation of Gil. I didn't know this dude said my name that many times on the show. This nigga need to send me a check, bro. Watch this. This dude done changed my whole narrative of being on the internet. You would think all I talk about is this dude. You don't think I talk politics, all the things that he can't talk about. You don't think I talk current events, nothing. This dude just attached himself to me and make it seem like it's just me and him going back and forth on the internet. I can't wait to see what the feds say about this nigga next year. Hold on, y'all.
Basketball, baby. This is my kids from the east side, and I want them to know. Don't have them with them from head to toe, and from the itty to the bitty, and it ain't no itty bitty committee. That's right, Uncle Joe.
He gets mad at saying that he's still a top 3 pick, which top 3 means 1, 2, or 3. That's top 3. And he's like, well, you're taking my number 1 away from me. I didn't take it. I just said you're top 3 still. Then it came to that. I was like, dude, just say you're still mad that I became who you supposed to be. He has this group of followers that are just delusional as him. It's an echo chamber. Yeah, this is like.
This nigga say he became what I was supposed to be. Who did he become?
Oh, he was talking about you, KB?
Yeah, he said he became what I was supposed to be. Man, who the hell do this dude think he is? You didn't win no championship. I could see if this dude had about 1 ring, then I'd be like, damn, you know what? Yeah, I wanted to win a ring. What the fuck did he do? Just
you know what? I never thought highly of Gilbert Arenas.
That's crazy.
When he came to the league,
let's keep the video going.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Just one group of just ignorant dum-dums. Like, how did you guys all meet? I know the reason you're mad. He got picked by Washington. He was supposed to be the future. And midway through his second or his going into his 3rd year, they paid me. And then my smile, my charisma, my style, the city loved it. By our 2nd year together, they're booing him. Get the fuck out of here. He blames me for it.
Let's get straight to it, because at this point, Gilbert Arenas has turned Kwame Brown into his personal content generator. Every podcast, every live stream, every interview, somehow, some way, Gilbert brings up Kwame's name like it's a required segment in his contract. And today, we're going to show you exactly how deep this obsession goes. Roll the clips.
I know when a motherfucker hear you say some shit and they quit. I had a teammate that it's Kwame. It's not. He was mad he didn't get the ball, and I said every time we give it to you, you don't do this shit with it, so there's no point. And then he got drunk, and then he quit. No, that's the last time we played together. He quit. He just didn't show up no more.
Because y'all say y'all only passing the ball?
He only played 3 minutes. I don't know how many times he thought we was going to pass him the ball in 3 minutes, but he only played 3 minutes that game, and he said if he ever got the ball, he can do something with it. I basically said out loud, when we do pass you the ball, you don't do this shit with it. Now, can we celebrate this win? And then went home, got drunk, and then never showed up again. So,
man, I wish David Stern didn't have that little order on me so I could have. Oh, my goodness, boy. I just wanted to grab him by his neck one time and say, you think you tough? Like on that movie.
Right.
God, I wish David Stern didn't say he would avoid my contract if I fight in the league. Ooh, I would have loved to choke the life out of this little punk. I'm just playing YouTube. That was just a joke.
Well, some people make you feel like that.
We're in 54.
Like
what I said. He started off with 5 with us.
Underrated number.
It's like
Underrated number.
You know how sorry you gotta be
I don't know.
to have a single-digit number and say, you know what? Let me get another one on this motherfucker.
Someone say a visionary.
See that? Nobody asked him about Kwame. There wasn't even a reason to bring Kwame up. But Gilbert can't resist. It's like the moment the conversation dips, he panics and hits the Kwame Brown button. Next clip.
We're going to call this one a Kwame Brown. That nigga look like he run like that, especially now. That's who I created? This is him? This is him? Hey, this is how that nigga was looking when he tried to run up on me in L.A. Oh, man, I'm just playing, man. Don't tell him, man. He probably sleep right now. Hey, I'm coming down. Especially now. That's who I created? This is him?
Man, this boy is sweet, man. He turned the player around to see his butt. Look, he said, I created Kwame Brown. Watch this. And then he gonna turn the motherfucker around. Watch this.
The Kwame Brown button. Next.
We're gonna call this one a Kwame Brown. That nigga look like he run like that, especially now. That's who I created? This is him?
Look, that's who I created and turned the thing around. Man, this boy here sweeter than bad meat, man. There's something wrong with this boy, man.
Oh, you had your jersey on.
Hey, this is how that nigga was looking when he tried to run up on me in L.A. Oh, man, I'm just playing, man. Don't tell him, man. He probably sleep right now. Hey, I'm coming down. Damn. All right. Boom. I got a deeper screening. Come on. Use it. Yeah. Yeah, y'all see that? They gave me a little screening roll, man. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, dog. I might have built Kwame fucking Brown around this bitch. There's a nigga running around setting screens. Hey, man, who gave me this goddamn bill?
Look how fast he jumps into it. It's almost automatic. He could be talking about breakfast and find a way to squeeze Kwame's name into the story. That's not normal. That's not analysis. That's obsession. And here's the part Gilbert will never admit. Kwame's name boosts his numbers. Gilbert knows exactly what he's doing. Say Kwame Brown. Instant clips, instant comments, instant reactions, instant views. It's the algorithm cheat code he never stopped using. Here's another one.
He was always like a disappointment to the world. So when he blew and he became attention, that was the first time he got the attention that felt like positive for him, right? So, you got 5, 6, 7, 10,000 people in your chat. You ain't trying to talk about no partner, dude. Like, I ain't trying to partner with you. I got it all. And that.
Come on now, Gil. Yeah, you even going up there hating. 5, 6, 7, 10,000 people in my chat. Try 70, Gil. Try 70,000, Gil. Come on now, don't undercut me. Damn.
This nigga said you were always a disappointment.
Man,
always. Goddamn.
You always been a disappointment.
Podcast talking like that, man. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, you were #1 pick. Oh, what a disappointment.
The pivot allowed this boy to say something stupid like that. I was always a disappointment. That's crazy, man.
Well, Kwame, the boy been stupid, man. You said it yourself.
This is my thing, though.
I remember when he came in college talking about he wanted to be a pimp. That's why he fell to the second round.
No, listen, this is my thing, though. How come he doesn't go on these podcasts and talk about the great things that he's doing? Why must you go on to everybody's podcast and talk about me? That means I win.
What has he done?
All he does is talk about me.
What has he done great?
And talk about himself. I'll say, look, I don't want to talk about no Lane Gill, and let me go on with my interview. And I go on with my interview. They interview me on the pivot. He got a whole segment about Kwame. That's a Lane.
Bro, that nigga sound like a hater, bro.
Oh man, we know why though. He tried to put himself as the #1 pick in an interview. So he don't got nothing that I want. So he keeps talking about what I got. He don't have nothing that I want.
You notice they bring him on for another interview after y'all get into it again.
Of course, because they playing the click and view game too. As much as they say stop the beef, it ain't no beef because I don't see this dude. But as much as they say stop all this stuff, they bring him on to talk about me. When I came on, I said I don't want to talk about him. It's Lane.
Talk about.
He don't have nothing to talk about. That's why he always mentioning me. And then he got these people fooled. He create narratives all over the internet like my whole page is about him. You can go down my page. It ain't nothing about you, clown. It ain't all about you, clown. Trust me.
That's what that was, right? It was like, I don't need you, which he didn't at the time. But
I don't need him at the time.
Because what you're talking about ain't a real thing. Once somebody lifts the skirt up, they're going to see the real you. And the stories you're telling is the reason that they're surviving is because nobody who was around you, like the girl who had the plain body here, and then you move to Miami and you get all done up, and then you a 10, erase your whole past, and then your page is starting from 2022.
What the fuck is this boy talking about? I done had Judge Joe Brown on the show. We done had all type of shows that's not even related to basketball. But he's on here talking as if all I talk about is basketball. And Ryan Clark and these guys are up here laughing. Now, if I go to fuck off on these clowns, then I'll be wrong. Because I ain't never seen this interview. Now, if I say something about them, I'll be wrong for all that snickering and kickering with this. When I'm from, we catch a nigga laughing, we start getting, we start getting a little stupid on the people that's laughing. Because what the fuck is so funny? This is a lame that you supposed to be neutral. You don't know nothing about. What the fuck are you laughing for? But it's all good, you know. I'm gonna sit back. I'm a peaceful man now.
Yeah, they usually kill like everybody else do.
Hey, Kwame, what did you say? Roxanne, turn on the red light. Roxanne, turn on the red light. Yeah. Kwame, I see. Hey, boy, you on fire, boy. Hey, y'all said, boy, the boy on fire over there, man. That boy get all his views off another person. you can't entertain, huh? Hey man, I'm happy to get your page back popping because I just heard you just lost another one. Another one? Oh, come on, man. You gotta know how to maneuver. You can't even get out of YouTube jail. Listen, I got out of real jail before you got out of YouTube jail. All you gotta do is hit up right here. Hey, this is a cool ass party, Kwame. Why you didn't invite me to this party, huh? You said you like black men who get in trouble makes you hard. Feel like it's your birthday. Hey.
Balls.
Hey, cut the music, DJ. Oh, this is recent. I see why you didn't party. This is recent. This is your own family. Oh, my Lord. This is not the party I'm into. Now I see why you wanted this, man. Oh, man, Kwame. No, I'm not into the little kid party, man. Y'all need to watch out over there. This is awkward.
You said that I got nervous and I tried to get drunk, and then I got nervous because that's old. And I'm saying I've never ran for one man.
Boom. I think this is the part where Kwame Brown says I'm lying on him. I think because he don't run from no Oakland at the age of 22. So I'm lying that he was scared. I'm sorry that I lied on you about being scared. I'm saying, Kwame, you wasn't scared, boy. You took them shots and you was like, bring it on. See, the oak downstairs part is making you look like a little. And I don't think you want to look like a little to your people here. So you had to change the whole story because, check please. The only reason you said check please because we was ready to go.
True story with Kwame. We in Chicago. His nemesis is Jordan. His hero is Jordan. His nemesis is Jordan, but his real nemesis is Oakland. Because Oakland scared the shit out of him. I remember we sitting at the bar and Jordan there, and Kwame is like, yeah, I'm gonna get him up. I'm gonna whoop his ass now. And he by himself. Bartender, shots, give me 5. Jordan come, hey, what your ass over here doing? And Kwame didn't say nothing. All you seen was Kwame hit them, boom, boom. He seen it, and he was like, oh, you trying to get some courage, huh? Oakley downstairs sobered him up quick.
What was the question? Was there ever a player you tried to get your team to trade for, or a player that was close to being traded to your team that would have had a big impact? I don't remember any names that went. I know we were trying to get rid of niggas. We would took anything, right? We did have a trade with the Lakers, and we tried to get we wanted 2 signed Kobe Bryant shoes. 2 signed? Yeah, we was like, we'll give y'all Kwame Brown. You give us 2 signed Kobe Bryant shoes. They said, hell no, that's too much. So they said, how about this? We'll just give you Karam. Oh, you heard about Hello. Just the autograph is like, no. Worth too much. So we'll give you Karam Butler and Chuck Yatkins. Who? If you ever want to do business, you know what? At this point, we don't want this mother. Y'all can have him. The niggas worth $25 million. He's 7 foot, $25 million. They said 25 for a 7-footer. We said yes. Deal. I appreciate you to everybody in the chat. 20. Listen, you know how cheap a 7-footer is at 25. They was paying $65 million for someone who averaged 3 and 3 coming off the backup. The backup side. Tyson Taylor signed for $54 million and he didn't start. 65 million and he wasn't a starter. 65. On that note, appreciate you to everybody in the chat. That nigga was a bum. Appreciate you to everybody on this couch. This has been another episode of Gills Arena presented by Underdog.
Do you see the pattern yet? Same tone, same angle, same punchline he's been recycling for almost 2 decades. This isn't storytelling. This is dependency. Gilbert needs Kwame's name to stay relevant on YouTube. He can talk about any other player in the NBA and nobody cares. Views drop, engagement slows, the episodes disappear. But the moment he says Kwame, numbers jump, people react. The internet wakes up. Gilbert isn't obsessed with Kwame the person, he's obsessed with Kwame's value. It's jealousy wrapped in content. It's obsession disguised as stories. It's a man who built an entire media identity on clowning one player and doesn't know how to move on. Watch this one.
You know, players was complaining that I wasn't passing the ball. So we had a team meeting the next day. One player talking about he need the ball, this and this, you know, treat me like I'm Jermaine O'Neal and all this stuff. I need the ball like Jermaine O'Neal. At this time, I don't know who he is. You know, he's big, but so I'm like, all right, you know, Jermaine O'Neal. You know.
Go down to the big fella. Jerry Stackhouse came in and said, man, what the fuck we doing in here, man? I told your dumb ass at the motherfucking meeting. If you averaged 7 points last year, you're going to average 9 this year. You are not jumping from 5 points to 20 points. You are not that type of player. This goddamn meeting's over with. Get the fuck to the players now. Got me over here waiting to goddamn over this stupid ass meeting. Put his head down. Man,
now, you know me. I texted teammates. You can see it's Brendan Haywood, B. Wood, if you can see. I said, were you there at the club when Kwame took them shots thinking he was going to kill MJ, but Opie was there? Yep. That's when Oak started fucking with you at the end and you had to hop in that cabin and skedaddle. That nigga said, see, that's the difference, Kwame. People own their shit. I got up out of there real smooth. Pieces.
So wait, is he admitting that Brendan Haywood just said he jumped in the car and ran? Hold on. Hey, Gil, did you just admit? Hold on.
Difference, Kwame. Started fucking with you at the end and you had to hop in that cabin and skedaddle. That nigga said, see, that's the difference.
You had to hop in that cab and skedaddle. See, all the other part of the story was all cap. I told you, this boy, all he does is mix in lies with the truth. That night that he's talking about, that Oak downstairs dumb shit he talking about, me, Oak, and MJ went to the club together after that. So I don't know what the fuck he talking about. So all this Oak downstairs, exactly what I said happened. Me, Oak, MJ went downstairs because we were about to go to another spot. MJ was in his Aston Martin, the little baby blue joint, and I'm not gonna say why we ain't ride together, but MJ is MJ. So MJ did a few corners, and we met at the next spot. But before that happened, Brendan Haywood came down the goddamn steps, and Oak said, "Brendan, bring your bitch ass here." And Brendan took off running, and Oak threw the goddamn water bottle and that bust on the back of the cab. Boom. Because Brendan pushed this lady and this dude out the way and jumped his long ass in that cab.
Scary.
Scary ass. So he gonna text the guy that I went viral on the internet saying that he ran from Oak. He texts that guy to say something about Kwame. What do you think that guy is gonna say? I already told that story that Brendan is a weenie dog and he ran.
And you had Oakley on the phone too.
Had Oakley on the phone. I ain't stay quiet like Gil did. Why he ain't run that story by Oak? I said everything I said in front of Oak. You don't remember that day you ran Brendan in the cab? Like, nigga, stop playing. Hey, Gil, all you got is these fake little stories that you want to add in because you know that little weenie dog that you call, he ran like a bitch. And then he on record running. He on tape running from Antonio Davis in Chicago. Why don't you show that? Show the tape where he backpedaled so fast and end up getting hit in the nuts by Eddie Curry. Brendan been a coward. Eddie pulled the Thomas head like a girl. So come on, man. Stop calling that weenie dog. You know he gonna lie.
Oh my God.
Difference, Kwame. People own their shit. I got up out of there real smooth. Pieces. Right? Nobody's denying. It's Oakley, dog. Oak didn't even talk to Kwame or address Kwame. It's like B saying, hey, your baby mama outside. I don't mean they talk. I'm just saying what came out of MJ's mouth. So the first time us seen Oakley when we was leaving the club. Well, not you just said that, we just said that. I've heard the stories they told us, or you went through it, told me about Oak. I was just as nervous too. I had to look. What are you talking about? I've never been a part of Oak.
Listen to this boy. He gets scared of dudes because of the stories he hear about him. Coward. Hey, I need to see if Oak is in Atlanta because me and Oak don't have them type of problems, man. Me and Oak always hung out. Oak probably he gonna cuss your ass out. He cuss everybody out. Don't be sensitive. All you gotta do around Oak is not be sensitive. And goddamn, before you know it, he either gonna buy you a shot or be cooking something for you for the end of the night. And the motherfucker could cook any and everything. All you gotta do is be respectful. It's simple.
Hey,
I don't have no problem with Oak.
You seen Oak's recent interviews?
Yeah, I saw all that.
He seemed like he remembered vividly everybody he slapped.
Oh yeah. He never got a hold of Brendan. He just threw the water bottle at him.
Damn.
And that only happened because PJ Brown and Oak got into a scuffle, and Brendan Haywood walked to the bench. And Oak, he the type, he looked on tape and saw that Brendan Haywood ain't had nothing to do with the scuffle. And they already done went through this. Everything I said, they showed Brendan Haywood, they showed PJ Brown slamming Oak, they showed me going there and pull his arm up, and they showed Brendan Haywood walking over to the bench. And ever since that day that I pulled PJ Brown arm off of Oak, me and Oak, we really ain't had no problems other than that time in Charlotte.
Damn.
And that's why I can call Oak right now. Gilbert can't. He can just tell stories about him and how scary he is.
He ain't gonna say nothing about Oak.
That nigga Gil
Said
said all
Oak was
that, but
pulling his
remember when
belt
he was
off.
on?
He ain't gonna say nothing about Oak.
When he was on three-way with Gil and Oak, Gil didn't say nothing.
That man ain't say a goddamn word because they all treat Oak like that. They so scared to be around. See, when you a weenie dog like Gil, you know your whole persona is playing and being disrespectful. And he knows that Oak ain't gonna take that playing and that disrespect. So he gotta stay quiet around a guy like that. See, I don't gotta stay quiet around a guy like that because I understand it. I grew up with guys like that. They just don't play. They don't play like that. You just gotta be respectful, be a man, and it's simple. I don't have no problems around Oak. We take shots, we eat food, we chill. I don't talk too much, don't do too much. See, the Gil case couldn't set me up for the Dulo twist. They try to throw Oak in there. Oh, he ain't say nothing about Oak because he's scared of him. No, I ain't say nothing about Oak because I wouldn't say that in real life. I treat him with respect in real life. He treat me with respect in real life. And I don't let the internet gas me up just to prove something to somebody. I'm who I am for real. And if it's a bust to you, that's cool. But to other people, it's not that.
And if he telling stories about Oak, then he should be able to say that shit while he on the phone.
That nigga couldn't say a word. That's what I'm saying. Hey, that man wouldn't say a little Bo Peep.
For real.
That man wouldn't say a little Bo Peep. But most of these stories that he talking about, I'm standing next to Oak. When Oak was chasing down what's his name? One of the dudes that owed him money in the store, Tyrone Hill, and he slapped him them 2 occasions. I was right there. And then I end up in a situation where me and my brother was eating at Justin's or whatever, and Tyrone Hill was there, and I was laughing, and Tyrone Hill was mad as hell. But Tyrone Hill wasn't whoop my young ass. I was young. I ain't know no better. I thought that shit was hilarious. I ain't never seen no big, tall nigga like that get slapped and stay slapped like that. I just thought it was hilarious. I just always
like Mike Myers, huh?
No, it wasn't even that. It's just they get scared before anything gets started. It's like I think the stories tricked them off of doing anything.
I think I would have laughed.
Like I laughed because I thought it was hilarious, but looking back on it, I'm like, shit, I ain't had nothing to do with that. I ain't had to laugh. It almost put my brother in the situation because he was there and it was about to go stupid.
Oh no!
Damn.
But yeah, he stayed slapped too. So I just thought it was funny. Normally I don't do that. I don't laugh and stuff like that because I don't. Especially when I'm with one of my family members, I don't want to get them in nothing in case somebody acts stupid. But that was fun. Oh man, here go this lame.
When you gonna respond to Gil's video directly?
When you gonna respond to my video directly?
It's been 11 days.
When you gonna respond to my video?
You dancing around it, man.
When you gonna respond to my video directly?
Yeah, tell your mom stop blocking people too.
Hey, when you gonna respond to my video directly? All right, he done.
Who was that?
He's one of the Gil followers.
Oh. Sound like
Is
a
he
bookie
sleep?
or something.
Hey, Nacho, talking about is he sleep? It sounds like he sleep.
Right.
It sounds like he. Oh, let's finish this up with this jealous boy. To my Oak downstairs. Well, he just admitted that Brendan Haywood jumped in the cab. Why? Listen, this is the thing I don't like. Why Brendan Haywood? Why none of the dudes I said nothing about? My link be dropped, man. That would be so cool if they just hit the link and just be like, man, Kwame, why you lying like that, man? Straight up. I know you lying straight up. Like, wouldn't that be cool if they did that? Then we'll get to see who's who and what's what. Like, it seems like they scared of the public. They scared to talk. Only Gil come up because he's a liar and he'll manipulate the truth. And people, I guess, they like the way he lied. But I just don't get why the people I talk directly about don't come up. And Gil's so stupid, he'll say he ain't do something and then turn around and admit that he did it. I folded Oak up in Milwaukee at the Barclays Center. He didn't want no smoke. Oh, man, you hiding your face.
But from what I heard, oh no, where's the nearest exit? And then he said, such and such downstairs. And I said, check, please. So you do remember. Check, please. We both was thinking the same thing. Hey, bitch, can you hurry this up? We both downstairs. Did you not hear what MJ said? Brown, October 1st, you said you was gonna slap me. October 3rd, nigga, 2 days later, it was misconstrued. Kwame, misconstrued. 48 hours later, you was backpedaling all the way in LA. Why? Pretty sure you remember. I'm from LA, and I was gonna send them golden retrievers to retrieve that head.
Listen to the way he says it. There's emotion behind it. Old jealousy, old resentment, old ego, because Gilbert has never let the situation go. Not in 2004, not in 2010, not today. His podcast could go silent for a month, and the minute he needs numbers, the minute the episode feels dry, the minute he needs engagement, he reaches for the same name again, Kwame Brown. He can't help it. He doesn't want to help it. Kwame is his most reliable storyline, and that's what makes it so obvious. This isn't random. This isn't accidental. This isn't harmless. This is a man who can't stop talking about someone because that person is the only topic keeping his platform alive. Gilbert Arenas is obsessed. Gilbert Arenas is jealous. And Gilbert Arenas uses Kwame Brown every chance he gets because he knows the views will always show up. And once you see the pattern, you can't unsee it. And pay attention. It's the same cycle every time, and it's only getting more obvious.
And when I ask you to stop talking about me, this is the thing that you don't understand because you're stupid. The only reason why they ask you questions about me, boy, is because you're not media trained. Any dumb motherfucker that'll talk about a black woman the way you did and you black and your mama black, nigga, stop trying to act like you smart. You a dumb motherfucker, and they got you up there because you say stupid shit like you said in rookie transitional camp that you wanted to be a motherfucking pimp.
Yeah, man, that's my sentiment. It wasn't no beef. I was just setting them straight from the beginning. It ain't no beef. I just don't want you talking about me. You're a dummy. And that's just what it is, man. I don't know how it spiraled into all this, but I know why now. My name moved the needle, baby. So shorts coming soon. I'm finna fall and trip and fall and hit my face in some dog doo-doo. Yeah, all the shorts negative about Kwame Brown coming soon. So you can watch them over here and capitalize on negativity about me.
We go into being NBA players and I don't have no discipline. True story, first 2 years, I was disciplined. Not because I was disciplined, it's because I was broke. Then I got that bread. When I got to DC, partying dinner every Wednesday, every Friday. Listen, I had them running in and out of the goddamn hotel. 8 games into the season, I'm injured. Then I rehabbed. I'm coming back on a Friday. Wednesday, I had a sneaky leak. Slipped on some shit called black ice. Re-pulled my groin.
Did you tell the team the truth?
No, I pretended that I was working out and hurt it again.
Okay, that's all. I mean, that's why.
Listen to this stupid motherfucker. I became everything you were supposed to be. Listen to this dummy. Listen to this dummy. This just ruined that argument, Gil.
We go into being NBA players and I don't have no discipline. True story, first 2 years, I was disciplined. Not because I was disciplined, it's because I was broke. Then I got that bread. When I got to DC, partying dinner every Wednesday, every Friday. Listen, I had them running in and out of the goddamn hotel. 8 games into the season, I'm injured. Then I rehabbed. I'm coming back on a Friday. Wednesday, I had a sneaky leak. Slipped on some shit called black ice. Re-pulled my groin.
Did you tell the team the truth?
No, I pretended that I was working out and hurt it again.
Okay, that's all. I mean, that's why.
That nigga say slipped on some shit called black ice. You know what black ice was? Hey man, let a dummy talk long enough, they'll tell you, boy. They'll tell you everything you need to know. If you just let a dummy talk long enough. Where my other video at?
Damn. That's why that Wizards fan was mad as a motherfucker last time. He was like,
Yeah, that's why he was never a part of the Wizards. The Wizards wasn't fucking with him. It wasn't until I talked bad about the Wizard organization, they brought him back around. That's it. Hey man, y'all heard about the Grammy award winning hold on. The Grammy award winning rapper going to feds for stealing donations and helping Obama with that shit. Prize or whatever his name is.
What the rapper name is?
Yeah, they wanted to give him a life sentence. I saw it on Seti Nash right here. Hold on.
Damn.
What?
They wanted to give dude a life sentence. He got 14 years. He was like with the Fugees. Ex-Fuji rapper Prize is plans to sue 50 Cent, Kyrie Irving, Rolling Stone for defamation. But look at this.
Praz was a federal informant after details of Praz's involvement with the DOJ and foreign lobbying was leaked. So Praz claimed in the lawsuit that 50 Cent post hurt his reputation, made him look like a snitch in front of the world of hip hop, and he demanded damages. You want to know what's even more crazy? He turned around and got into the NBA, and they said, Kyrie, you coming too at the same time. Kyrie posted similar jokes online suggesting Praz was working with the feds. Praz sued him, claiming defamation, saying Kyrie post made people believe he was cooperating against people in the hip hop politics. And, bruh, check it out. He still lost twice. Two of them. Just for you to turn around and get 14 years. Please hit that like button right now so y'all can get the chatter going. Because holy hell, Praz just got sun up the river, and what you're gonna find out is absolutely insane. It got Obama in it, it got Michelle Obama in it, it got Democrats in it, bro. It got everything. If this was Trump, it would have had a little kid running in it. Let's get into it.
Boy, if this had something to do with Trump, this would be one of the top goddamn on stories in the news. But y'all about to see that some stuff just don't get talked about. And this is why the media dissuade everybody to feel a certain way when they highlight certain stories and don't highlight others. This man was allegedly stealing and embezzling money and sending it to Barack Obama and his campaign. That's crazy. But hey, let's see what happened.
Grammy-winning rapper Praz, I don't know how to say his name. Praz Michael of the Fugees was sentenced to 14 years in prison. This is for a case in which he was convicted of illegally funneling millions of dollars in foreign contributions to former President Barack Obama's 2012 re-election campaign. Michael, 52, declined to address the court before the United States District Judge Colleen Collar Cotelli.
Oh, well, you're looking at it as the glass half full. You only do negative topics on black people. Laugh out loud, never for white folks. Well, don't ever say never, because you can look at my page and that's not true. Number two, you looking at it the wrong way. I'm supporting a black content creator and Seti Nash. So that's your narrative, the way you want to look at it. I'll look at it like I'm supporting a black content creator and Seti Nash. And y'all go sub up to Seti Nash. Appreciate that. You just brought more attention to the content creator and Seti Nash, the black man content that I'm reviewing.
Sentence him. In April of 2023, a federal jury convicted Michael of 10 counts, including conspiracy and acting as an unregistered agent of a foreign government. The trial in Washington, D.C. included testimony from actor Leonardo DiCaprio and former Attorney General Jeff Sessions. You gotta be kidding me. Justice Department prosecutors said federal sentencing guidelines recommended a life sentence for Michael, whom they said betrayed his country for money and lied unapologetically and unrelenting to carry out his schemes. His sentence should reflect the breadth and depth of his crimes, his indifference to risk to his country, and the magnitude of his greed, they wrote. But if it was Trump, they wouldn't even care. Defense attorney Peter Zettenberg said his client's 14-year sentence is completely disproportionate to the offense. Michael will appeal his conviction and sentence according to his lawyer. Zettenberg had recommended a 3-year prison sentence. A life sentence would be an absurdly high punishment for Michael, given that it typically is reserved for deadly terrorists and drug cartel leaders, Michael's attorney said in a court filing. The government's position is one that would cause Inspector Gervais to recoil, and if anything, simply illustrates just how easily the guidelines can be manipulated to produce absurd results and how poorly equipped they are, at least on this occasion, to determine a fair and just sentence, they wrote. Michael, a Brooklyn native whose parents immigrated to the U.S. from Haiti, was a founding member of the Fugees along with childhood friends Lauryn Hill and Wyclef Jean. Their hip-hop band won 2 Grammy Awards and sold tens of millions of albums. Michael obtained over $120 million from Malaysian billionaire Lo Tak Jo, also known as Jolo, and steered some of that money through straw donors to Obama's campaign. Michael also tried to end a Justice Department investigation of Lowe, tampered with 2 witnesses, and perjured himself at trial, prosecutors said. Lowe, who has lived in China, was one of the primary financiers of Wolf of Wall Street, a movie starring DiCaprio. This is insane. Lowe is a fugitive, but has maintained his innocence, and he ain't coming anyways. Lowe's motivation for giving Michael money to donate was not so that he could achieve some policy objective. On the contrary, I lost my place. I'm sorry. Lowe's motivation for giving Mr. Michael money to donate was not so that he could achieve some policy objective. Instead, Lowe simply wanted to obtain a photograph with himself and then President Obama. That's insane, Michael's attorney wrote. And
what? He paid $120 million for a photo? What the hell? Prize is Big Mike? Oh, shit. Yes, the Chinese guy. Man, that's crazy. So Obama's campaign was tied to illegal donation money.
Yeah, something wrong with that picture right there.
There ain't nobody talking about this.
You said he did all that
Allegedly.
for a photo?
They say he just did all that. He just wanted a photo.
That's bullshit.
$120 million for a photo.
Obama them can't do no wrong.
Yeah, that was some black operations going on there.
Man, this is crazy.
But you remember when Wyclef, he had this situation with where he ran for president with Haiti. You remember that?
Yeah.
So there's some suspect stuff, man.
And a lot of these guys got diplomatic immunity, I think.
Yeah.
Man,
See,
this crazy.
My nigga Lowe got low though.
Big news.
Kwame, do you think the media is ran by the Democrats?
Do I think what?
You think the media is ran by the Democrats?
Oh, that's 100%.
Cause they don't cover when shit comes out them.
And but guess what though? We are ran by our top celebrities who are all also Democrats.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Our community is ran by our celebrities, and our celebrities are all Democrat.
Hell yeah. Or they secret Republican. If they Republican, they be trying to keep that shit on the low.
Oh no, they're not. Oh no, they're not. No. There's too much money in that. Did you see what they uncovered with this big balls situation, Paul? They uncovered a lot of fraud and abuse. They uncovered the whole get government contracts to line your buddy's pockets. Patrice McCullough. There's a lot of people. Shoot, they don't care nothing about. That was like the new hustle, scamming the government.
No, I ain't see that.
That Doge investigation uncovered a lot. They've been robbing us taxpayers blind.
Yeah, that shit crazy. Man. But you see, they ain't catch my nigga Lowe. My nigga Lowe got low. Get the fuck on. The nigga got the fuck on with all that shit. And he paid for the Wolf of Wall Street film and all that. So he was showing this corruption. He still ain't care.
He said Doge robbed everyone. What are you talking about, KB? Oh no, we were getting robbed.
August 2024, the judge rejected Michael's request for a new trial based in part on his defense attorney's use of a generative AI program during his closing of the trial's arguments. The judges said that and other trial errors didn't amount to a serious miscarriage of justice. Oh, man. If you would have told me, because I didn't know this stuff, that the Wolf of Wall Street was created, the story, with illegal money from ill-gotten gains and then turned around and funded with illegal money from ill-gotten gains, I would have seen the movie at least 5 times in theaters. It would have been man, I would have advocated so hard for that movie, bro. There's only a couple of movies that I advocated hard for. That was The Dark Knight. Why so serious? The Matrix Reloaded. What else? I feel like I'm missing one. Avengers. How he got mad for being called a snitch and all this stuff and everything, just to go down and blame your lawyer. Your lawyer used AI closing. That's not a crime. A lot of things that we use has AI. The satellites right now, where you gain a lot of access to your phones, your tablets, your laptops, the freaking traffic, like the signals, bro. Like a lot of stuff y'all don't know, but I'm gonna put y'all on game. A lot of this stuff that we have in the world that we've grown comfortable with, all comes from AI. Now, the fact this cat made all of this money and you just ain't stay in China, bro. Let me tell you something. Let me ask you something. If you were getting paid illegal money, we talking $100 million. You funneled it.
He said Jeffrey Epstein said Trump is pure evil. That says a lot. Yeah, that says a lot. Shit, what we supposed to take the word? We supposed to be happy that Jeffrey. I would be happy if a convicted known pedo had bad things to say about me. I wouldn't want no pedo saying good things about me, like we cool, we friends. Nope. This man right here, I don't understand that. I don't get it.
Yeah, I ain't taking the word of no Jeffrey Epstein.
But even if Jeffrey Epstein was saying good things about him, that would be a problem. He's saying bad things about him. So that, that may be a good thing for Trump. Exactly. It was said that Trump is the one who called the police on him.
Right. That's bad for that's bad for the Democrats.
Exactly.
Because Democrats think that Trump is all up in there. It's bad for the Democrats.
That I used to do or currently do. It's like the person who cigarettes and they tell you, hey, bro, don't do this while I'm still doing these certain things. But I know the cost. Pratt should have threw everybody up under the bus. I would have drug Obama ass down there and would have been like, he told me change. Michelle Obama and I, we have taken money and we taking money. Man, I'm telling everybody, I would have, man, Pratt, bro. What do you think now? You're gonna be a real street nigga now. 52 years old. So you get out of it 66? 65? 6, 7. No, let me stop. I'm not laughing at his struggles. I'm not laughing at anything. All I'm saying is, bro, you knew you was guilty. Why come back to the United States of America? There has to be a point in time. There has to be a time and day where you got to look at the team that you're on and say, I'm rocking with them. Bro, I would have disrespected the mess out of America. I would have been chilling in Malaysia with all type of tea and cups with the freaking, what the hell is it? God dang it, them umbrellas and all that. I'd have been drinking so much shit. Y'all would have been looking at me like, dang, Sadie Nash, you having the time of your life. I'm living my best life. I ain't gonna back and forth with you. Like, that's
what man, this nigga tripping. That nigga let him know. I would have been telling. I would have been telling everything. But I don't know. Praz might know something we don't know. They say he was an informant.
I know for sure. You ain't snitching on Obama. I know that for sure. If you want to see the sunrise.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been smart. That wouldn't have been smart.
They'll get you up out of there quick.
Now I want to show y'all something, man, with this man attacking a woman on the train, and then the Chicago mayor try to downplay it. Watch this. Let me get this real quick. Because it's going down in America, man. Y'all got to be safe out here, bro. It's like an evil spirit going around out here. It's just like things you can't even explain that's going on.
A woman on fire aboard a Chicago train, a suspect with 49 prior arrests, is due back in court to face a federal terrorism charge.
Look at that, 10 pictures, all the same guy. Chanley Painter joins us now with the latest. Chanley? Hey, guys, so we are expecting a judge to decide whether 50-year-old Lawrence Reed will stay behind bars this time, pending trial on federal terrorism charges for allegedly pouring gasoline on a 26-year-old woman and setting her on fire Monday while riding a city train in Chicago. Prosecutors say Reed had multiple prior cases over the last 3 decades with more than 49 arrests, including 10 felony cases. Here's a look at just the Chicago Police Department record since 2017, where he was arrested at least 13 times for crimes ranging from battery and assault to aggravated arson. In fact, at the time of this incident, prosecutors say Reed was already on pretrial release for an aggravated battery case for violently hitting a social worker. Prosecutors asked the judge to keep Reed in custody until trial, but the judge placed him on electronic monitoring. So that didn't stop him from picking up these new federal terrorism charges for allegedly setting a woman on fire Monday. Something Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson calls an isolated incident.
This is an isolated incident. I mean, I don't see this as some sort of trend. And again, you know, the level of accountability that has.
This man done been arrested 49 times, and you say this an isolated incident? What the hell is wrong with this dude? Do you know 49 arrests is more than like 10 people, 10, 20 people gonna get in their whole life? This some bitch done been arrested 49 times. I don't got nothing else to say. Anybody else got something, man? God dang.
First of all, I'm gonna point out that nigga teeth is fucked up.
I noticed that too.
You can't trust nobody with teeth like that.
It seems like Pierre's uncle.
Bro, you know his breath smell like ass and Doritos. But
I'm just confused, man. This man said that's an isolated incident, and this man been committing crimes. He done committed 49 times that we know of.
The lady black that got beat up.
They got set on fire. You already know, probably black or Latino. I'm gonna keep going. I don't know. I saw a little snippet of it, but probably a black or Latino woman knowing Chicago and in the area. But let's hear the rest of it. Let's see.
To happen in this moment, you know, I trust that the federal level will do its part.
And for the first time since Monday's attack, the family of the 26-year-old victim is speaking out, saying, quote, "We would like to thank everyone for their prayers and well wishes as our daughter receives care for injuries sustained earlier this week. We are also grateful for the excellent care and support of the burn team at Stroger Hospital." And those in the courtroom during Reed's first appearance in federal court Wednesday say he was disruptive, making multiple outbursts and admissions, including yelling over the judge that he wanted to represent himself and claiming that he was a Chinese citizen. Guys. Chanley, thank you.
Obviously deranged. This criminal record is unbelievable that somebody like this would be let out, but it can't be surprised. We've seen stuff like this. Maybe this is not egregious, but we've seen this before where judges don't seem to understand that they're a danger. You're not helping anybody. They're a danger to society. Look at this role of the type of arrests in the past. And for that, he get very little jail time and gets an ankle bracelet and told not to go back to a psychiatric hospital. That's his punishment.
49 prior arrests. This is what the U.S. District Attorney from the Northern District of Illinois said. She was minding her own business. She was reading her phone on the train, that a lot of people do. Reed approached her from the back of the train, doused her head and her body with gasoline, and attempted to ignite the liquid. She ran to the back of the train. He ignited the rest of the liquid and then used that to light her on fire. She was engulfed in flames, and she tried to put it out by rolling on the ground, desperately trying to put it out. No one came to her aid. When the train stopped, she somehow managed, while she was on fire, to get out onto the platform, and 2 good Samaritans came to put out the fire.
So if you look at his background, if we can go to the wall right here, it tells a story, an escalation. He starts with DUI, an unlawful solicitation, and then he escalates to criminal trespass, and then there's battery, and then he's arrested for criminal. He turns violent, criminal damages then. Then he goes to battery, and then he goes to aggravated arson, and then he goes to aggravated assault, battery again, and then criminal damage to property, and then now he's arrested for aggravated battery and attempted murder as well. So I'm all for programs and I'm all for reforming people, but this guy has clearly showed over the past decade that He doesn't want to be reformed. And you got to take it that way. I was mentoring this kid in juvenile court. I'm not going to say his name, but he kept stealing. Smart kid. I would go to the classes, try to get him into the programs, do the mentorship, but he kept escalating. And the judge finally said, either we're going to put him behind bars or we're not going to deal with this anymore. I get a call after I'm no longer working with this guy, probably about 10 years ago. He tried to break into someone's home and the guy shot him. Now the kid is dead. But because we tried all these little programs and didn't just keep him locked up so he can even have a chance at life, it escalated to death. That is what happens when you believe in this myth of criminal justice reform that can work for everyone.
Or just trying to be woke. Judge Teresa Molina Gonzalez, I imagine, has a lot of trouble sleeping last night, or when this crime took place a couple of days ago. She's the one who said, "Okay, you can go out from 9 to 2, and then just make sure you don't go to the psychiatric hospital." That's the judge. That is your judgment. I mean, you should turn in your robe.
Corey Brooks, who's a pastor in that area, y'all know he's the one that raises money and goes up to the top of the building, right? Isn't that the roof? Criminals are set free, he says. The legislative and the government, they help the criminals more than the victims. Listen to this.
So this is the type of leadership that we have in Chicago. We have children who are being held unaccountable, and we also have criminals who are being set free. Criminals who are being allowed to wreak havoc on the streets of Chicago. That's one of the reasons why we have so much violence. You have these policies that are being put in place by our legislature and by our government that sometimes help the criminals more so than help the victims. And if we continue to go down this cycle with the leadership that we have in place, we're going to continue to see our community go in a downward spiral. We're going to continue to be the laughing stock of America. We're going to be, it may look like we're one of the best cities or voted one of the best cities externally, but internally we all know the serious issues that we have inside of Chicago, and it all falls and rises on leadership.
You know, every time we do segments like this, we get these headlines from other mainstream media saying, Fox and Friends are saying arrest people, do this and do that. You don't have any compassion. That's not what we're saying. We're saying if the program works, then give people a second chance. But when people are at risk of society and they show
Yeah, they need to bring back mental institutions for real, because you can't just keep letting people out. Somebody said something so outlandish in the chat talking about an argument over a turkey leg in North Carolina led to a shooting. So I thought that was some crazy work. So I looked it up. And I think this is the video. I wanted to see. I said, ain't nowhere in the world an argument in North Carolina led over no damn turkey leg led to no shooting. So let's see. Did an argument over a turkey leg lead to a shooting?
Cent pound turkey, 29-cent pound turkey. You're supposed to spend $35 to get the turkey for 29 cents a pound.
Well, tonight, here we are, 2 weeks from Thanksgiving Day, and an argument over, of all things, a turkey ended in gunfire. The person you just heard from works at the Food Lion off.
Man, come on, dog. Come on, dog. I'm trying not to laugh. Come on, man. Over what? Over a goddamn turkey. I ain't gonna say nothing, man. I can't believe this, man. This is a real fucking story. I thought this person was trolling me in the chat. I Googled it. He talking about why you ain't doing content on the white man who shot a black man over an argument over a turkey leg. Who the hell would sit there that long and argue over a damn turkey leg?
Niggas ain't playing about
Main
that
Street
turkey.
in High Point. She says she was caught in the crossfire. Good evening. This is the Fox 8 10 o'clock news. I'm Neil McNeil.
I'm Katie Nordine. High Point police say the shooting happened just after 6 this evening and left one person with non-life-threatening injuries. Let's get straight out to Fox 8's Justin Lundy, who joins us live outside the Food Lion. So, Justin, what else have you heard?
Well, witnesses say that several families were inside the store at the time of the shooting that led to bullets flying through this glass window and also injuring one person.
All over turkey, a 29-cent pound turkey.
That's what Paris Harris says led to a shooting at this Food Lion on North Main Street in High Point. Harris says she was working inside the store Thursday night when she was approached by a disgruntled customer.
Trying to explain to him that the turkey, you got to spend $35 to get the turkey for $4.44.
You got upset over that?
He got upset over that.
Harris says another customer then intervened.
A customer came from Register 6, ran over to the man that was all in my face, was like, this is a woman, talk to me like that. Next thing you know, they right there, confrontation go on, they fighting. The man was steady tussling, trying to get his gun out his pouch to shoot the other man. He couldn't get it. So when he did finally get the gun out his thing, he pointed at the man's face. And the man was like, oh, you want to pull out a gun? He come out this door. The other one come out that door. They met right there where them officers at and started shooting.
High Point police say officers responded to the shooting around 6 o'clock that night, and one person was left with non-life-threatening injuries. Harris says the store was full of families and children.
When they first started shooting, our manager directed everybody to hit the back door because that's the procedure of what we're supposed to do when an incident like this happens.
With bullet holes in the store windows and the parking lot riddled with evidence markers, Harris is having a hard time processing why such a big deal was made over what many see as a deal.
Mentally, I'm not here. Physically, I am, but mentally, this has really messed me up. I've never been in a situation like this before. I've been with Food Line 3.5 years. I've never experienced this.
They need to do a turkey giveaway drive.
You stupid as hell.
For facts, they need to give something away.
They
God,
need to give her
damn.
some time off too. Like, why is she
Right.
still at work?
They need to do something, boy.
That shit crazy, bro. For turkey.
Send her on vacation. It was a nice vacation.
I ain't gonna lie. I seen somebody steal the turkey for Food Line one time. The nigga ran out the store fast as fuck, and then a whole bunch of cops ran behind him. I said, there's something going on with them turkeys. This shit must be good as hell.
That's crazy, but whoever sent me that trolling me in the chat, man, I appreciate you. I didn't know I was gonna find a good story like that. God, dog. Please
that's a
be
mess.
safe out here. Do not fight over turkeys. Definitely don't escalate it into a shooting.
Yeah, we got some crazy shit. Like the dude on the last one, like, yo, his rap sheet was like longer than Joker's on Batman, bro. Like he had a long ass rap sheet, dog. Like how the fuck he keep getting out? That shit's crazy, bro. That means we way too lenient on crime. Way too lenient.
Yeah.
And then
Well,
this nigga,
they want to make it like that.
Yeah.
You can buy the city easier when it's more crime in it.
you know how insane this nigga is? This nigga is on video lighting a woman on fire and he wants to represent himself.
Man, you'd be surprised that he's not the only person out in the streets of Chicago like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's just
That's what makes it so bad. Because they closed about 2 mental hospitals here in Chicago. They all out in the streets right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. But see, the thing about the mental hospitals is that, like, some of them got closed down because I know where I was from. Some of them got closed down because these people were attacking. They were low on staff and they couldn't fund it, and these people were attacking the nurses and stuff.
Mm.
And so you got to have a lot of money poured into that. And then they started putting these guys in the jails, mixing the insane asylums with the jails and housing them there.
You can't do that. You putting the citizens at risk that's in jail. They gotta start funding that, because take the money away from the crime and start funding that again, because if you don't, you can't put them in prison because they're gonna what if somebody just have an accident or whatever, do a crime, go to prison 1 or 2 years, and you in there with somebody who crazy. That might get in your life right there.
And see, that's why they just release them.
Releasing them is worse though.
But that's why.
That's crazy.
You can't put them in jail, so they just release them. The pastor just told you all they do is release them, and that's true. That's what they do. That's true. That's what they do. If you go through the streets of Chicago, man, it ain't no telling what you see. You might see somebody out in the streets thinking they Michael Jackson.
What's going on, Kino?
Nothing too much.
Oh,
I heard.
Well, Cino know he's from Chicago.
Oh,
you
yeah.
go through the streets of Chicago, you see somebody thinking they Michael Jackson.
Yeah, definitely. If you're on the west side.
Shit. Well, it's like that, man. They close a lot of mental facilities here.
Oh yeah, that's thank the big beautiful bill for that. So
What
you can thank a lot of those programs. There's a lot of clinics as far as healthcare clinics, medical clinics.
Well, they were closed before Trump though. They were closing these mental hospitals before Trump.
Well, probably a lot of budget was lost.
Yeah.
And I'm just
Yeah.
saying that bill eliminated created more problems.
Yeah, it didn't make it no better.
They were closing more schools at that time.
That too.
Those abandoned schools to house these the immigrants that they were bringing in.
Yep.
Because
That's just
y'all
crazy.
because of what happened with the mayor and how they thought that this mayor was going to do things for them in the community. And he turned out to not do anything for people in the community. So now they talk about, we finna go red. And once they start that movement, like Chicago going red, then they decided, okay, well, if y'all ain't gonna vote for us, you think we're gonna lose Illinois? We gonna bring some people in here that's gonna vote. And the reason why, this is why to this day, my uncle and everybody else, they fighting all the immigrants being pushed and forced into their community. They don't realize why they're being forced in that community. They're being forced in that community because they need, those are the zones or the aldermen are. And that's what you be concerned about, who's your alderman or your ward and what you putting together. Because once you're doing that and you put all these zones together, what you're starting to see is they need those votes in those zones to be able to. So 3 to 4 years, they're going to be eligible to vote for the next election. But who you think those immigrants going to vote for?
They don't hear you. They don't hear you.
Dang. They staging votes.
Man, Chicago rough. As Mike M say, is rough.
Chicago crazy as hell right now.
He's doing the same thing, but he's doing it with rich immigrants. He wants Ukrainians to come in. They get to buy a gold card. You see? So now you're going to bring sociopathic rich people over here. That's exactly what we need.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm saying, is they all play the same game. It's
right.
It's crazy. But the thing that we need to be focused on is the policies. And in policy, we're governed by the policies in place. So we need to learn how to fight at our level. Like we got to look at our community, how many people we got unified in our neighborhood that's together so that we can go, just like they had block clubs back in the day. You always see those block clubs. They blocks be nice. The grass was cut, everything. And they were like, look, we have a party. And you wonder why, because they unified. And the people know that, hey, this lady here, she generates this many votes. And your belief, your ward, he ain't rich like everybody else. So he makes sure, look, if you won't get your money, better make sure you allocate this money over here. These things need to get done.
Oh yeah, that did get jumped on by them kids in Chicago on that train.
Yeah, yeah. About 30 of them. About 30 of them.
That was I ain't think that was necessary.
And you can't have guns neither over there. You can't protect yourself, really.
Well, you can't if you can't have a legal gun. I got a firearms license.
You can have a concealed carry.
Yeah, I got my concealed carry.
Hey, Cino, she said the thoughts on the young lady getting jumped in Chicago. What young lady got jumped in Chicago?
A mother and her child was jumped in Chicago.
Two of her child.
Two of her kids. Yeah, that was the biggest thing. By some other kids, and it's crazy. Everybody has done this, and now there's a big movement. They're walking with the lady, they're trying to get all this attention done. But the problem is at the core. You don't educate these children anymore. You stopped educating the kids. You put them in crowded classrooms because you cut education bill. and the education bill is closed. So you got 30 kids to a class, and you can't control them. These kids is wild in these classes. It's just it's unfortunate because I know
Shout out to the teachers.
I know some of the people that are teachers now. So to see them in this scenario, man, they be stressed like every day talking to the vice principal. They can't do nothing about it. And they say, oh, well, we're going to send some of the kids. And most of these kids, they don't make it to sophomore year before they drop out. They just drop out, stop going.
That's facts.
And they on the streets. And it's just crazy. And there's no recreation for these kids. There's no code, no trading and coding centers. There's no recreation hall, no video game lounge, none of that. They don't have a computer learning system. They don't have any of this. All they have is go join a gang and get in trouble.
That's facts.
So whatever happened to there was a group of black men, I forgot what state it was in, but they were going around like patrolling the schools and the neighborhoods and stuff like that. Y'all remember that story?
I think they was from Georgia.
They have those out there. We have they have a lot of like ex-cons, former gang members. They part of an organization. They had some in the 100 in the Wild 100 area. Then you have some that's on in Inglewood. They actually are doing good work over there. They've actually crime down a lot. Like they're actually giving these kids programs and things, putting them in activities, like send them to camps. And they have these because the government have money that they're supposed to allocate to these programs, but they don't do it if they don't have enough votes. They said, well, we don't have enough votes, so we had to reallocate the money. See, now when you do your Census Bureau, most people ignore it. But when you ignore your Census Bureau, that means you don't exist. So they say, well, we don't know if that person really lives there because they didn't fill out the Census Bureau. So we can't put that money in that community. So we have to reallocate it. So they come up with ways to take the money from you and you don't even know. So that's just part of the problem that people are dealing with. The government is supposed to donate money every year to these funds, like in the inner city community. They're supposed to put money into enriching the neighborhoods and the schools. It's part of their programs that they promise to do, but they find loopholes to where they reallocate it to somewhere else.
Well, that's where we as the citizens in the community got to hold them accountable to that. And then this man Ghost Monza said, KB, do you talk about the Olympic snowboarding guy that's a drug kingpin, Ryan Wedding? The FBI is looking for him now. I just looked him up. That's crazy. But let me play this video real quick because this is why I talk about policies, and this is why I don't get into left or right. I stay independent, and I like to look at what policies do and what effects it'll have on the citizens or the constituents. And the reason why I'm against a lot of the Democrat policies is because just like LA, put your mic on mute, Nathan. I think it's one of y'all might. Just like Chicago and hold on, whose mic is that? All right, there we go. Just like LA, Oakland, all these different places, when they implement these Democrat policies of $20 an hour, $30 an hour, what it does is it makes the business owner, because they try to put this, we're going to go after the big guy approach. We're going to go after the big companies. So we're fighting for the little guy. What ends up happening is the big companies leave your city and they go to Florida, they go to Texas. You're not getting at the big companies. And what ends up happening is this $20, $30 promise that they gave you turns in from $15 an hour to $0 an hour. And then now your neighborhoods are desecrated and it looks like Oakland, California. It looks like Los Angeles, California. And it looks like many other places because most people are always fighting for a group. They're fighting left, they're fighting right, they're fighting for their group. I'm not fighting for a group. I just want you to see the results of what you're voting for. So just know what you're going to get in whatever city that you're in. Of course, every policy is going to come with a set of problems. But the one problem that you don't want is a set of policies that you vote for that takes away the minds of the business-minded men and women in your city that can help create jobs for everybody in the city. Because if you do that, this is what happens.
Entirely, but you're definitely not going to add any more restaurants here under this new leadership. Why do you take such issue with the new mayor?
Currently, we had 3 leases ready to sign in October. Upper West Side, Upper East Side, and West Side Midtown to expand Diner 24, because we were the first to bring back the 24-hour diner post-COVID. Because remember, all of them closed, and we brought back the 24-hour diner, and it really was such a success. We wanted to open 4 altogether just in the Manhattan area. But when I start hearing uncertainty, and I start hearing defund the police, and a lot of uncertainty in the small business areas of what I'm hearing this upcoming mayor campaigning on, we like clarity. We don't like guessing. So right now we're just like a sit back and wait and see if he can pass some of these things that he campaigned on, because we're not going to open businesses in that climate.
So if not in New York City, where else might you open more business?
Well, we have 2 diner leases ready to go in Miami, where I am right now.
Oh, you guessed it. Florida. Ever since Madani won the election in New York City, it's been on and pop.
Now, New York did it to themselves again. Just like Chicago did it to themselves. Just like LA did it to themselves. See, you keep listening to this brainwashing that people keep telling you, and they keep telling you Trump, Trump's the bad guy and all this other stuff. And you're not looking at the results of what happens for what you're actually voting for. They're playing hide the ball with you. You can continue talking about Trump if that's what you like. But if I was you, I would examine the things that you are voting for in your cities. I would examine Chicago. I would examine New Orleans. I would examine Memphis. I would examine Baltimore. I would examine what we're actually doing instead of always looking outward, because some of the policies that you guys are voting for are running out jobs out of your cities and desecrating your neighborhoods. And they're going to be sold for pennies on the dollar to the same very white people that you think you're beating out. Just trust me, the same very white people that you're thinking, hey, we're going to stick it to the white man because we're going to get $30 an hour. That same white man is going to move down to Florida, keep his same business. And when that community is no longer good and you're living off government assistance, because that's who you're going to go to, they're going to drive you to government assistance, and you're going to go willingly after they run all the CVSs, all the jobs, the Walmarts. They're going to run everything out your neighborhood to where there's no fast food, there's no nothing. Who are you going to depend on then? You're going to come running back to Big Daddy government. Who are you going to vote for then? You're going to come back voting for who they tell you to vote for. You don't know how to take care of yourselves. We haven't taken care of ourselves in so long. We've been wanting more and more and more government, and we're going to vote for people that's going to run out jobs. Make it make sense.
Money fleeing from the city. As far as the corporations, they're investing more money in places like Texas. I mean, a lot of money moving in Dallas right now. The whole metro, Dallas, Fort Worth, but Zohran Madani is making a lot of money for Florida too right now. Not only do you have rich New York City residents leaving the city for more attractive environments in Palm Beach County, Florida, Miami-Dade County, Florida, but the middle class, especially upper middle class, they're linking up with Florida realtors too to see if they can help them relocate. But outside of taxes, safety, and overall comfort of individuals, you also have small businesses on the edge in New York City. This business owner right here is talking about how his Diner 24 had multiple leases ready to sign to expand in New York City, but now they place those plans on hold. They're going to maintain the businesses they already have in the city, but as far as new restaurants, they're placing those plans on hold. They are not moving forward and signing new leases in New York City. Instead, they are entertaining and signing new leases in Miami, where a lot of residents want anything dealing with Madani as far away from them as possible. So yeah, you have business owners like this one who's pulling the plug on 3 new establishments in New York City, including one in Midtown West. He said he waited for the election before signing, and now he's not signing. Instead, they're taking their talents to South Beach.
And this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
Well, I'm not sure if he's going to the beach, but he's definitely opening up those new locations in Miami.
And we have plenty of capital to expand because the business is doing so well, and I believe there's a need for a 24-hour diner. But when you get to that $20 price point, people don't, the politicians don't understand it because they never ran a lemonade stand.
Wow. Did he just say what I was thinking? Listen, a lot of these new politicians popping up, especially the ones taking over places like New York City, they never ran a popsicle stand. And people are voting for these folks to control $100 billion budgets. Like, what's going on? Y'all okay? I mean, they never built a business or anything. Fundamentally, they don't understand finance, yet you're putting these folks over billions.
But when you raise minimum wage to $30, at that point, that $12 hamburger becomes $22. And it's not going to work when you're in the fast casual business where the average ticket is $15.
See, this is why you got to have more businessmen come up here and speak about business and what they're going to do when you try to implement certain things. But a guy like Mondani or whatever his name is, they're not going to have conversations with people like this. They're just going to talk about what it sounds like, and we're going to reimagine, and they're going to use words that sound good and feel good. But here's how a businessman is going to talk about how a business runs.
But when you raise minimum wage to $30, at that point, that $12 hamburger becomes $22. And it's not going to work when you're in the fast casual business where the average ticket is $15 to $24 a person. That's basically a nail in the coffin. You're out of business.
You don't have to look any further than California. I reported on this not long ago. Do you know how many people lost their jobs at these fast food restaurants in California? Over 20,000. All of those jobs gone since September 2023 when Gavin Newsom signed the law, and most of those jobs, about 16,000 of them, they've disappeared since that law went into effect in 2024.
This is why I don't want to hear how nice it sounds. This is why I don't give a damn about who does it. I just want to know what's the effect of the policy that we're going to be governed by. That is it. I'm not in my feelings. I'm not into the people. You can't call me a Trump boy. Trump was kicking ass and taking names the first 9 months. He did everything he said he was going to do. He shut down the border. He threw out illegals. He did everything he said he was going to do. End the war. What else? These people are attacking Trump to the point that where we can't even see what the country is going to be able to do because there's so much hate on left and right. Instead of just let's see if we all can live together, even under Trump rule right now. No, some people just can't see it that way. They just gotta. I believe it's going to be another government shutdown because they just gotta beat Trump. It's that much derangement in the world. When these policies, if you take away Trump out of the way, and let's stop talking about Trump, let's look at the effect of the policies that these people are putting in. This is Gavin Newsom. This is somebody that could be your next president. He put in a policy that just drove out damn near half of the fast food industry in California. This could be your next president. An idiot that will do something like that. Promise people they're going to get jobs knowing they're not going to get them, knowing how economics work, knowing that if you raise the minimum wage, that you got to start thinking about food costs and what it takes to get that meat there and what it's going to do to the price of the sandwich. Knowing that they can't afford this stuff, yet and still you sign it anyway because you want to give people a feeling and want to give people a hope that you care about them. This is crazy.
More than double the rate of loss seen in fast food outlets nationally. Why? Because the franchise owners and small businesses couldn't afford it. Some of them managed to stay in business, like that Auntie Annie Cinnabon franchise owner I told you about in Northern California, the Bay Area. Folks like him managed to stay in business by passing the extra expenses off to the customers. They're charging people like $7 or $8 now for a pretzel after going up like 25%. Not to mention, they're about to go up another 20 to 25%, which is why I've also been saying for the longest, y'all need to learn how to cook at home. But a lot of businesses, they couldn't handle it, so they don't even exist anymore. And then you still have others, they're replacing their workers with AI. These are the changes they had to make following the mandatory $20 minimum wage, and New York City is talking about $30. So you have business owners in the food industry worried about what's going to happen to their.
So if they replace it with AI, if they got $7, $8 pretzels, and then all the other owners say, forget it, We're going to replace you workers with AI. What are y'all going to do then? And y'all can come off y'all mic and tell me, because this is the part where I get confused on people when they do all this yelling and shouting. You can see these policies are horrible, and the results of these policies are happening year after year. And all these guys from Shark Tank, all these people talk about these policies, yet and still people are still voting for these policies. Why?
I think it's all done by design, to be honest with you. I think they're doing it intentionally because they know the results. All these people got research and all this. They got the numbers, they got the statistics for years and years of data, right? And how to build and how to destroy the economy. I think they do it on purpose.
I
For
think they
the
just giving
people,
hope to the casual.
yeah. Like for the people who want something for nothing, like you gotta understand this, you're never gonna get anything for nothing, right? So
But
they're
they
selling you.
must not be working with a full deck if you think that they're going to give you $30 an hour at a fast food joint.
Where's the money gonna come from, right? It's gonna drain the business. You got to think. You know what I mean? You really got to use your brain at this point. Like, really, no excuse for it. And that's what we were talking about, Kwame, with the ownership, right? They drive out ownership and you create a slave class, right? And that's what you see taking place.
Well, ain't nobody gonna own nothing. I see why that saying you will own nothing and you enjoy it is gonna be real, because even if you're an owner, nobody's gonna be able to afford anything that you have because they're not gonna have a job.
Right.
Yep.
You pushing all the jobs out. You're making AI do the work. You're making me as a business owner try to circumvent policies. It's not that I don't want to hire people, but if I want to create a job and I want to make money at doing this thing, and if I got to circumvent people by getting a machine to do it, then I'm going to circumvent people. And then now I have a business that I own that the people can't afford to come buy the food. So what's going to be the purpose of having a business? What's going to be the purpose of having real estate?
You're gonna say fuck it. You're gonna say fuck it because the whole reason why you're in business is to make a profit. And if you're not making the profit, like what the fuck is the point? You gonna quit. That's just
Man, I
anybody.
gotta turn everything into crypto and AI now, boy, because where money ain't gonna be worth a shit soon. Like,
No,
think
it's
about it.
not.
I mean,
If they're
inflation. That's what I was
making
going
it
to
where
say.
people don't have jobs, then how in the world are we gonna be able to afford rent? How are they gonna be able to afford food? How?
They already slowed down giving out checks. They give you a debit card.
Man,
How do
we're
you
finna
how do
steal
you
from the rich. That's how
override?
it's finna turn into.
So how do you override the
You ain't
Constitution?
gonna be able to steal from the rich because they got bunkers, bro. You don't see the rich people building bunkers under the ground. I don't care what you bring and what they taught you. You're not ready to get through them bunkers.
I ain't ready
Rich
for
people
that.
just gonna leave. That's all they gonna do. They gonna leave. They gonna
They ain't
recognize.
going nowhere. They going in them bunkers.
Oh, when it all goes down, yeah.
Yeah, they building bunkers up under their house. They ain't going nowhere, Jack. Oh, Mofly, get your sound together.
Man.
I'm
I
on the
mean,
same. Trump
I'm
is.
just curious to find out how they already knew it was gonna go down to build a bunker.
Because people stupid. You like they read in the room pretty much.
Man, I'm sitting there trying to figure out what war did Trump end. I'm like, what? Trump ended a war?
They ended those 8 wars overseas.
What war?
All of those wars they signed. They say they gonna cease fire.
A ceasefire ain't getting no war. That's just a brief pause in action.
Well, hey, we'll take a pause in action over what them other presidents been doing. Every president that came up been trying to get them to cease fire. Trump has been the only one to get them to stop. We at least got to give him credit where credit is due.
Well, when you start a war, and then you get somebody, hey, y'all chill out.
Well, Trump aside, I'm just looking at it like this. Trump aside, if you look at the policies and you look at the business And all of these top Democratic-led states, they're leaving their states because of these bad policies. 50 Cent has complained about it. The guy from Shark Tank has complained about it. Now, this businessman has moved down to Florida. So in real life, the results of these policies out in California, Oakland, these cities are being desecrated. And that's not due to Trump. That's due to these policies.
Well, the policies that's in place had to be voted on
Chicago,
by the House and the Senate. So the state legislative branches had to make those policies. So,
Fly, your mic is jacked up, bro. I keep dropping you down, but it's still jacked up.
I'm sorry, bro. I had to check out there.
All right.
yeah, so the state legislative branch had to make these charges. I mean, these policies, and some of these policies, Trump never changed. They've been this way for years. He's just still got it going. So he hasn't done anything to really try to change it, but that goes through the legislative branch. So that goes through your congressmen, your state legislators.
No. I'm talking about the thing that Gavin Newsom just signed out in California. That had nothing to do with Trump.
Oh no, because that's mostly state. That's what it's
right. So that's what I'm saying. I'm talking
power over the state.
I'm talking specifically these Democrat-ran states, just like the mayor of your city. These Democrat-led mayors are creating policies that are desecrating these cities. They are definitely doing it. The proof is in the pudding. You cannot go against this no more. If you look at what they're doing to these cities, they're running these cities into the ground. What's going on with Oakland?
Man, Oakland's ran down. It's been ran down for the last like 10,
But
12 years.
It's worse now, bro. Everything has moved out of Oakland. There's not one business I think operate. What business?
Because there's no jobs in Oakland, so the people that's still out there in
there's
Oakland,
no jobs in Oakland.
So it's going to be a lot of criminal
crime.
activity happening. So
Right.
if you don't want to be around that, no businesses are going to open.
What business can stay open when you busting in the window and taking the shit every other week?
Hey, if you ain't got no money to provide any of the things that you went in there and stole, that's what happens. I'm sorry to say that. I hate to say it.
I'm telling you, it's these policies, man. These policies are leading all this crime and all this stuff to happen. Oakland is going to be sold for pennies on a dollar, and they'll be walking Shih Tzus up in Oakland pretty soon. I guarantee you, when they come and do what they did to Cabrini Green, and where Cabrini Green was a place nobody could walk by, and then all of a sudden you can walk a poodle right past Cabrini Green right now. This is all a money game, man. That city is going to be worth pennies on a dollar. It's going to be beautiful when they clean up that crime. Watch.
Because it was right next to San Francisco, which was always the biggest money maker out in California, or one of the biggest money makers. So it was like it needed to be done. I ain't gonna say it needed to be gentrified to this degree, but yeah.
Well, what you really see on the screen.
Black people used to own almost everything in that area now, what you see in San Francisco. There's a great movie about that. It's called The Last Black Man in San Francisco. That's the movie that Jonathan Majors got discovered it. But it's called The Last Black Man in San Francisco. And it's because they had the house on the block that was owned by their grandma. When they came back, they were the last black family in that area. They would gentrify the complete area. And he was like, look, this is my grandma. My grandfather built this house in this neighborhood. They trying to keep the house and everything. So yeah, it's a very good movie if anybody didn't see that. But the purpose
but San Francisco still has like they bad parts. They just don't like put that on
Man,
display,
San Francisco got terrible parts, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, Cino, respond to Wes Randall on the screen with this the sanctuary cities, because this is what I'm talking about. Is these policies right here that bankrupt a city, and they all take on these policies.
He said potholes and pension problems, but that's in every state.
No, you missed the part. The sanctuary city part. Once you take on sanctuary city, there's things that the police cannot do.
That is
the
true.
moment they take on that sanctuary city title, the police are handcuffed.
Yeah, that is true. Once you become labeled as a sanctuary city,
And then funding, some of the funding that Americans make gets diverted to take care of these people that come to those sanctuary cities. So that's how you bankrupt the city.
Well,
But
if you look
it's
at the jump,
going to be bailed out by the government. Is like if they're major cities, like Chicago is never going to bankrupt.
Right. And that's why the government, the federal government is saying, why do this to your constituents? Why keep taking on stuff that you can't handle and keep printing money that we don't have instead of just saying we're not going to be a sanctuary city anymore?
because it's being done on purpose, in my
Exactly.
opinion.
It's being done for the votes.
That's what I said earlier. They're bringing in people because you're not voting for them. They will replace you with people that will. So if you keep doing that, that's why they're going to bring in these people to do the same thing. But they want them in certain areas because they have zones. So they have to get the votes in their zones, in their areas, so they can control what happens in those areas. They don't want the Republicans coming in getting any control of those areas.
And that's a shame, man, because this is going to continuously happen if you keep voting this way. The policy on getting rid of jobs and going after big businesses that create jobs got to stop. You're not going after the big guy. You're only going to hurt yourself. It's like sticking a knife in your own leg. These cities are having real effects for these policies. I'm talking about instant. The moment they're passed is over. These big corporations are moving out. How many people can look around their neighborhood and see Walgreens is gone, CVS gone, Walmart?
Yeah, Walmart. They took that off MLK.
I got a little bit of pushback. I got a little bit of pushback.
I did a video on this. Walgreens is going to shut down completely. Walgreens corporate office is here, like right down the street from me. So, yeah, I know that they're getting ready. They just shut down the oldest Walmart in Chicago. Like, people don't really know it originates from here. But Walmart is going, I mean, Walgreens is going to shut down completely soon. So I was telling people, like, y'all better get in line. I know people that work at the corporate office. They know what's coming. They just buying themselves time by shutting down some of the biggest, longest running Walgreens in history. Whenever they shut the one downtown down, I said, oh, wow, that was one of the oldest ones. I was like, yeah, it's the writing's on the wall.
Yeah, they shut down Rite Aid, so.
Oh, they closed the one downtown?
With the stock market. So I just knew
And so, do y'all think those things are shutting down because people don't need medicine?
Nah,
We need medicine. Everybody sick.
You know what it is? You know what it is, Kwame? I don't think these people are being elected in, to be honest with you. Like, I think like whoever, all the money that's flowing through them, whatever pipeline it is, they're getting these people in office. They got it because remember, Gavin Newsom was recalled, and then he still got his ass back in there, even though he was recalled, and the people wanted him out. So like, I used to think it was just people being stupid, but I don't even think it's that. I think these areas are controlled. You know what I mean? Through money from wherever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is all social engineering, if you ask me. None of this stuff makes sense, and I don't think people are this stupid. I think at some point, Roland Farton and all these people would be able to show black folks, hey, look, at this is what you're getting for your votes. Your jobs are leaving your cities. It's becoming desecrated. It's becoming towns that's overrun with illegal immigrants or immigrants. I think we got to start thinking about a different way of voting or asking for something for our vote. Like, but this is crazy. At this point, it's going to happen city after city.
I mean, Republicans got the same problem. I mean, sanctuary cities are in Colorado. So, same thing. You know, Colorado got an overrun full of immigrants, and they got Republicans there, and it's Republican ran. So I don't understand. Like, it's the policy is what governs us. We can't just say it's Democrat.
No, I'm not talking about Democrat. I'm going off the majority. when you talk about safety, when you talk about policies for us keeping more money in your pocket, when you talk about the overall look of it, it's more so the Democrats that come up with policies that do not help us. And we voted for this same way for over 80 years and we have nothing to show for it. So at this point, how can we all say with a sound mind to not look elsewhere? And I'm not telling you where, but I'm just saying just look at the policies and the result of those policies. These policies ain't it. If it's running some of your largest corporations out of business, Rite Aid, Walgreens, all these places out of your neighborhood, the Winn-Dixies, if they're all closing, there's a reason why.
They're closing because people are outsourcing. People are buying the things that they locally get somewhere else, and it's less costly. They're not shopping as much. They don't have the funds to do so. Most stuff that they would go to the store and buy, they will get it off Temu now.
So it don't got nothing to do with the break-ins that we see on camera. They don't got nothing to do with the theft. They don't have nothing to do with all that. It's just because of competitors.
No, not really. It's just that when people don't have the funds, they're not going to go out. You got a lack of jobs that's been created because here it is, Wall Street and rich white folks, the same people that's politicians, they ruined the country. They took all the jobs out of the country. We used to be a manufacturing company. That's where you make your strength in your nation. We had Ford Motor Company, General Motors, U.S. Steel, where those are the number one companies in this country. Once Walmart and Google became the number one companies in America, in the United States, that's when you lose your power. They make nothing. They just distribute. So you have companies that don't make anything. They just in name. It don't really exist. Google don't make anything. Walmart just distribute. They don't make product. So we become a distribution hub. So you lose your power. This is how China, all those people who were rich had their companies, including Donald Trump, took his United States and had them work over there because it was less costly instead of having the work done here in the United States anyway. So we lost CNC jobs. They went to China. We sell our CNC boats at 20 cents a boat. In China, they sell them at 8 cents a boat. Our boat and our steel, that boat will last you about 10 to 15 years before it might break. Here, that 8-cent bolt is recycled metal in China. That boat is going to last you 3 to 6 years tops before it cracks. That's why you see a lot of cars now using that reinforced metal. They break down right before the warranty. Right when the warranty expires, it's about to be there, that boat breaks. And then you got people with axles breaking because they're using manufactured force, like just ridiculous 8-cent bolts of not strong steel metal that they're getting from the China CNC machines instead of here doing American because they want to save a couple of cents on the dollar. So because of these politicians' greed and Wall Street messing up the housing market, this has turned into a domino effect of jobs being lost. Hundreds of thousands, 500,000 jobs here.
I could agree with some of what you're saying, but you're missing the element of the crime. Their stores are not going to stay open when you have YNs and people busting into jewelry stores and just looting and doing the stuff that I could show you on camera. These stores is because of these policies. So some of what you're saying is true, but you can't rule out the policy. We are all governed by policy. As soon as Gavin Newsom signed that policy, Kevin O'Leary was telling them, Kevin O'Leary warned over and over again not to bring policy that's going to make businessmen scared to do business in your city. Over and over again, I heard him saying that. You cannot seem like you're attacking businessmen. You're not going to win this battle. And so I will agree that it is some sort of competitive level that's going to always be there, but for not enough to put people out of business. What put people out of business is raising up the minimum wage to a point that businesses can't afford. What put people out of business is the taxing them and not giving them breaks when they're putting that upfront money up. And I think these policies are being geared towards stifling down businessmen and telling their constituents they're going after rich white men. And I think that's not going to help them at the end of the day. But let's finish up this video because this is a businessman who took his business from New York. This is happening in real time, in real life.
Businesses, and if they'll be able to survive the next 4 years.
And all I say to the mayor, upcoming mayor, is, and actually he's quite impressive for a 33-year-old, but he's never run a business. He's never run a small business. And to me, I think he needs to open the doors for dialogue or debate with small business owners like myself and other restaurateurs and other small business owners to open dialogues. I think the best thing for all of us is a better New York City. And I just think his policies, his Democrat socialistic policies do not work for small business.
Well, and you're a big voice in all of this because if businesses don't want to operate here,
do not work. And I just think his policies, his Democrat socialistic policies do not work for small business.
Well, and you're a big voice in all of this because if businesses don't want to operate here, that's not good for the city. Here he is in his own words, making his pitch to New York City businesses. Listen.
So what I want my policies to do is not only to make it easier for working people to afford this city, but also to ensure that businesses are able to attract the top talent to this city. And I'm eager for the relationship between the public sector and the private sector to be more of a partnership than it ever has before.
So I guess that doesn't work for you.
Actually, you know what? The last part did. If he wants to open up dialogue and have an open dialogue and open communication, I would debate him or I would meet with him, Q&A respectfully. And I'd like to see how he's going to, what his decisions are for small businesses and what direction are we going in? Because remember, it's one thing running a P&L for a restaurant, but it's another thing running $100 billion city. I just hope he hires very smart people around him, because that's what I do when I run my business. I hire smarter people than myself in certain areas. And that's how I hope he runs the city, because the city is a large corporation. And unfortunately, he has no experience in it. But I got to tell you, he's a pretty articulate guy at 33 years old and impressive. But his ideals for small business are not going to work for us.
I would imagine, Stratus, our viewers are watching and listening to you, a smart businessman. You've been successful for quite some time. You're looking for what's going to work for your next business. They might be wondering, what are your politics?
I've always been an independent. I've always voted for the better person across the lines. But, as you saw during COVID, I always supported small business. And when a politician, unconstitutionally shut our businesses down and mandated us a jab for a job, well, I didn't follow those rules. And I feel like it's time to jump back into the debate on what's going on with New York politics. I did it during COVID, and I'm ready to do it again. And like I said, I love a healthy debate with the upcoming mayor, because I do think he's going to need a lot of help. And I do think he needs to hear from us, the small business owners, because I think at the end of the day, it's what's best for New York City is going to be best for all of us, because it's the city I love and the city I grew up in.
Well, to Mayor-elect Mamdani, you heard it here, a business owner, a valued business owner like yourself in the city, willing to hop on the phone and have that conversation. So we want New York City to thrive, those of us who are here.
and I want that debate, Sandra, face to face.
He's a Queens native. He said he's taking his talents and money to invest in his new locations in Miami instead of moving forward with their plans to expand in New York City. And the local leaders in Florida, they're loving the idea of making the state richer by attracting all that money from New York City and California. They're running into places like Florida and Texas. And you have local Florida governments actively advertising to New York City residents. Cities like Boca telling New Yorkers to come on down. And I don't know, I think all of them need to just stay home. Stay in New York City and figure it out. That's my opinion, but hey, these businesses and corporations, they're running out there like crazy. Can you imagine how the United States will look in about a decade or so? All the money from the North and the West is constantly pouring into the South. So what will Carolina look like in 10 years? Or Tennessee, Alabama, Louisiana, Georgia, Texas? Well, I have my thoughts, but I guess we'll see. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Tell me what you think about this below. Shout out to our brother Dark Power. I appreciate you for your support for the channel, as well as our sisters Donna and Starlet. As far as New York City's mayor-elect, we'll see in time if he's going to get cooperation from New York Governor Kathy Hochul, who recently said they didn't have the money for free buses and told a crowd that was putting pressure on her, the more they push her, the more she won't give them what they want. Yeah, Kathy was talking like an openly defiant OG City girl. If you missed that video, go ahead and watch it. It's coming up next on the screen.
That was nice.
And that's the same thing they're doing over here in Atlanta. We're just talking to somebody about that over here by the Bluff. They're building all these facilities. I think Rollo got a lot of property on the other side of it. That's why I hope he keeps his nose clean, because they're gonna try to take all that property.
Yeah, they built the club right. They built the club right here on Northside Drive, and they got like the whole apartments right there.
So
Right
you
there
know
by
what I'm
Georgia
talking
Tech.
about. They
Yeah.
build it up all over that area because they let you run it down with the crime, and then they take it back from you for pennies on a dollar. And then when they get it back from you, it's worth millions and billions of dollars. So we got to change this culture. It's a lot of shit that need to be changed, but we being used as pawns.
That's always been that way.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's been like that since I've known it.
Yeah.
Nathan could know, but in Chicago, this started when they allowed, there was a law that you couldn't put a Walmart, a Target, any of those type of stores in the like urban communities because they would destroy this, the mom and pop business. Once they signed that law, that destroyed the Black community. They put Target on 87th Street, right next to the strip that had all the Black businesses. All the businesses on 87th Street was all owned by Black people. There wasn't no crime. Crime was low, everything. They got them to sell the property because that big Target, they was like, well, they're giving out jobs. Yeah, at Target. So it was like, but yeah, we got kids, jobs in the community. So they couldn't compete with those prices. They just dropped the prices low and sucked up all of the business there. And now who bought all those companies? All these Arabs that came over. They bought all those businesses that was owned by Black people for years. All the mom and pop shops had to close down. They did the same thing to draw out the money in the community. So now corporate owns everything. So they're going to drive people out. They can't pay the rent. They got to sell. They got to take their money and eventually move out of the area. So now they're doing the same thing when they put these big Walmarts not that far away from the big Target. They're sucking up all the corporate money and sucking up the money that was going in the communities. These people were taking care of the softball team for the school. They were paying for things in the community, trips, they're doing camping field trips. These little local Black businesses was keeping the neighborhood active and activities and everything. Now they've driven them out. And the Indian people they don't even live there in the community. And they do nothing. They don't even give back. They just take and go home to their respected areas. So this is why they call them like these merchants. They just come in your area, take the money and leave. No one asks a Chinese restaurant. Every neighborhood you go into in any hood, you got a Chinese restaurant. Nobody asks the Chinese restaurant to do anything for them. They don't ask them to sponsor the teams. They don't ask them no requirements for them. They can come in your neighborhood. They do not live there in your neighborhood. They come there, drive way out.
They ain't gonna give you no discount, no love, none of that.
We don't need
no love.
They look at you funny when you come in.
Let a Black restaurant be in there. They be, brother, come on, man. You can hook me
the
up.
hookup got to be here, bro. It's gonna be a problem.
Go to business too. You don't ask the Chinese man for nothing.
Man, Chinese man be strict. He don't even speak English. He be looking at you bold.
$5.99.
Y'all know we used to taxing each other. Quit fronting. That's why we don't worry about nobody else. We used to taxing each other.
Yeah, we demand everything from each other. But we won't say nothing to the white man business right next door or the Chinese restaurant. They get free passes, but it's always, man, we ain't coming here no more because he won't give us this, he won't give us that. I'll be like, what about that?
Be there the next day.
I live down the street.
We got different expectations when you see somebody that look like you. You be like, man, he's supposed to be looking out for me. I look like him.
Yeah, but you got to look out first. It's like, look, I got to support the Black business in the neighborhood. I don't want it to go. That's what the Chinese people do. They like, look, I'm going to support the Chinese restaurant. Can't lose that.
Yo, I seen you gotta understand, I was one of the biggest Everton Jones fans in the world in downtown Oakland. When they shut that down, it hurt my heart. So believe me, I support my local businesses. So you just you know how Black people are. You just gotta expect that after I gave you so much, I expect the credit to come back. Like, hey, bro, you seen me here a couple times.
Yeah, man, it's rough out there, bro. That's what they did, man. And they gentrified the areas, and they wanted to knock down the project buildings because Mayor Daley, who was the mayor at that time, he was working with the governor, and they were trying to get the Olympics here in Chicago.
Yep.
Tons of money, man. This was in 2005. So in 2005, like it actually happened in 2003. They started putting the money up because they was like, look, we got to get the Olympics here. And since they had World Cup 95 out here, they was like, we got to have that type of buzz, international buzz. So they built the Bean, they revamped all this money downtown. But see, all of those project buildings, Cabrini Green, Ida B. Wells, the Robert Taylor homes, all of them are downtown area. People are afraid. They ain't gonna want to go down there. These international people, they hear all the story about them buildings. So they have a plan to knock down those buildings. So they start offering people checks and got them out, saying, hey, we finna destroy, tear these buildings down. Here's a check. And they gave them a big check and said, hey, you can go anywhere you want. Here's a check for your family. And they're like, man, but the check ain't enough for you to live over here because they finna raise the rent and they finna gentrify this area. And that's exactly what they did. They knocked the buildings down, built small houses that look more Europe. They got more people there now. They got all the
and all of them scattered.
Reform. That's called reform.
All of them scattered. All of them scattered. Some moved to the south side. Some moved to the west side. Some moved to the south side.
But then listen, we better start getting some of our own land back again, because there ain't gonna be nowhere for them to move soon. Where they gonna go soon once they get all them illegals set in and they start having kids? You ain't coming back to the suburbs. The people in the suburbs moving back to the city.
They're gonna take over the country.
No, I done bust moving to the suburbs, Kwame.
Man, listen, people better start.
We moving to the suburbs.
Listen, people better start cleaning up their act though, because they blaming everything on us as black folks. When you go into Walgreens, they used to have to lock up the soap, the goddamn lotion, every damn thing used to have to be behind glass.
Deodorant.
Yeah, that's why.
Still got like that in my neighborhood. I don't know what y'all talking about.
That's why the store can't stay alive, because I'd be damned if I stop at Walgreens and standing there 15 minutes for somebody to come unlock the damn deodorant.
Right.
Yeah, it was some lady that came in there with her purse and got down, and she was selling it in the hood for the low.
Yeah, you couldn't touch nobody. They can come in, knock all this shit off your shelf into their purse and walk straight the fuck out. Because the policy say you can't touch them. You can't do nothing to them.
Yep, there's no chase policy. They walking straight up out of there too. Oh man.
What's the answer?
And my fathers know about that baby formula too.
That's the biggest thing there. What is the answer to the problem?
Lock their ass up like they used to do when I was little.
Oh yeah.
You couldn't just go in there and knock all the shit off the shelf. Them people will lock the door on your ass and beat the hell out you.
You get tackled.
If you cut SNAP benefits, most of these people don't have jobs. They don't have things they can do. They're gonna just sit around and starve.
Yeah. No, you're gonna have to. Those people that's on SNAP benefits, some of those people have been conditioned now. So I don't know how you stop something that you done started this bad. This is a cancer that you done started that they look at as a good thing. That's the bad part about it, is this seen as a good thing.
You see them on TikTok, they bold enough to put their face out there saying benefits. They went in there and just stole a whole bunch of
the whole cart. Like they just pushed the whole grocery basket out the store. Like, I dare you to stop me. I was like, oh no, you wild, mama.
Shit.
Security.
And what's that gonna do? Cause the store to shut down in their community.
That's they did in East Oakland. They shut down the Walmart because they kept doing that.
Right.
They fucked.
And they neighborhood and doing all that burning. And I'm like, why are you burning up your community? That is the dumbest thing ever. When this whole
they'll be like, they'll be like, it's the big corporation. Nobody owned it. Nobody from the neighborhood owned it. So they burn it down. So that's their theory.
But everybody from the neighborhood used from it. They need it.
That's what that's what the OGs would be saying outside on the street when the YN's doing it. I know it's a real tug of war. Believe me.
Nah, that's crazy. He said, I'm not paying $40 for a soul food platter when I can get a Chinese meal for under $20, then y'all ninjas stealing all the stuff at Walmart.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying. A soul food place. I mean, a soul food plate do
And you see
cost
what happened
about
to Little Baby
$35.
restaurant? That thing got shut down like the first month.
The results,
And you don't get a fortune cookie with it.
they showed the results of that. They were showing these people had to get on the bus now to go in to a grocery store because there wasn't one close by. They chose not to build that store back up. They was like, look, we had to save a lot. We had a grocery here. They decided, now I'm gonna take my insurance money and just go.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's none in your neighborhood. So this
And it's because of that damn crime. So we better start thinking about watching behavior because people are watching. They're not trying to. It's a part of that. It's a part of policy. It's a part of competition, like you said, and then it's also a part of behavior. People are not going to put businesses in areas that they can't protect.
But KB, I swear to God, I notice the difference. Like when I'm in like the nicer areas in like Alpharetta compared to when I'm in the west side of Atlanta, they
The hell you
govern
doing to
behavior
Alpharetta, you
different.
heathen? Don't stay out of Alpharetta.
What you mean stay out of there? I be
No,
right
you
next
stay
to
your
Usher
ass. You
House in
stay out
Martin's
of
Landing. What
Alpharetta,
you
you
mean?
little YN. Stay out of Alpharetta.
Bro,
You
I
might cause a
graduated from
disturbance.
Centennial. I was meant to be over there.
No, you might cause a disturbance. You stay out of Alpharetta.
Nah, my mama live right there on the street, bro. I gotta go see her. I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah,
But
no,
look,
you over there in the hood. You say you in the Bluff. Don't go to Alpharetta.
I live in the Bluff because that's where I work for. My mama worked for the Alpharetta, a nice house in Holcomb Bridge, not
Well,
me.
you need to go to your mama house.
See, I wish, but she said, nah, that's not how we live it over here, dog. You gotta get it how you live.
Oh man, dang
See,
boy. You
that's
must ain't
gangster.
listen to nothing. Your mama said you dropped all the way off to the Bluff, boy.
Man, see, that ain't how you gotta think about it. Spelman right
No,
around
that's
the
how you should
corner.
be thinking about it.
Nah,
You need
Spelman
your
right
ass
around the
kicked,
corner,
boy. You
Clark
ain't listening to
Atlanta,
nothing your mama
Morris
said, did
Brown. It was so many colleges around us. It's a nice area, KB.
you? I
Trap
know it
Museum
is.
right
That's
up the
what I say.
corner.
You ain't listening to nothing your mama said, did you?
I mean, not really. I mean,
I
nah.
know.
That's why we all
he,
here.
he not
You hard
listening to
headed,
you.
man.
Hell no, I ain't listen. Why I couldn't listen. I'm sorry. It was. I ain't like being over there anyway. It didn't feel natural.
See what I'm saying? She shouldn't let your ass back over there.
Nah, man. Nah, I don't like being over there. They look at me like I ain't supposed to be over there. They govern behavior different in Alpharetta compared to West Atlanta different. Like when I go in the store in West Atlanta, it's cool to have the hoodie on. They ain't gonna look at me like I'm stealing. Out there in Alpharetta, they expect me to steal. So they watch me all like it's men's society. I don't like that.
Hey, YN, I got a question. Why do you always have to put the hoodie on, man?
Man, cause that
I be
you
watching
never
the fuck out
because
of your
at
ass.
any point of the
You
day
are
it could get cold. The wind will start blowing. It could start raining. Atlanta weather is like bipolar.
Man, I'm in Chicago. I'm in Chicago. My great
I'm
nephew put
not
a hoodie
YN though. I'm
on.
like 30 now. I'm done. My YN days is over. I don't wear the shiesty. I don't wear the white.
You still to me you still a youngster.
I'm see to them I'm young. See no, I'm see. It's the
you
problem I
walk into a
got. I'm not
store with
YN.
a
though.
hoodie on.
No, but my great nephew, he wears it could be hot outside.
Yeah, you gotta
And
keep the
he'll
hoodie
wear
on
a
because you
hoodie
never know.
why? It's hot outside. Oh, don't you be hot?
I mean, to a degree, a little bit, but not as high as you thinking. Like,
Oh,
Man, we don't
okay.
give a damn. Do you be hot? You want to wear a hoodie in the summertime? That's your fault.
That nigga be sweating like
I
a
look like
motherfucker over there.
I'm ready for war. That's
Right,
what I
nigga
feel like. I don't know
about to
about
fall
y'all.
out. About to fall out.
I'm about to fall out. I stay
But
near
I'm
the
just
AC
saying,
though.
man. What the hell we got to give, man? Back on the topic, what we got to give, man, to get this thing back in order and people stop voting
Reparation,
stupidity
man. That's
locally.
all we need to give Kwame Brown is some reparation. We need to
Ownership.
Man, he talking about some
reparation,
reparations.
baby. That's all we need. Some reparation for our little,
But you gonna be waiting for
hood and
that.
never commit no crimes. These
People
posses be all right.
You gonna
need
be
to
waiting
wake
for that
up,
though.
man.
Man,
People
Johnny
just need to
Dang will
wake
be the
up.
richest. He'll be the richest Chinese man in the world. We get reparations. Nigga going to Johnny Dang.
Man, ain't nobody going to Johnny Dang.
Man, come on, man.
We gonna
Quit
tear that
playing.
Nike store up though, but I ain't gonna
Yeah,
hold you.
yeah. Nike going up, Johnny Dang going up, and Hellcats is back in effect, Nick.
Oh, Dodge is definitely about to get in full effect though. I ain't gonna lie, Mercedes and all that. Yeah, we need.
I mean, here's the thing, right? The Holocaust was less than 20 years, and it wasn't even on American soil, and they got billions.
Yeah.
What did you say? Less than 20 years.
Yeah, less than 20 years, and it wasn't on American soil, and they got paid.
Yeah, they got billions. So we got what 400 years of slavery
On
How
this country.
much do you think we're worth?
We work trillions, baby. Give me about a trillion.
We'll probably be in the zillions by then. So if you think they're gonna give out reparations, which would make them a second-class citizen, make them the minorities, you think they're gonna do that?
Nope.
Yeah, but to get reparations, they got to be alive. The slaves are no longer here, so it's hard to.
What
you know what I mean?
Everybody has descended from a slave, though. Everybody has descended
Yeah,
from
but
a
that's
slave.
not how reparations work, though. You got to give restitution to the people who went through it. That's how they qualify.
Yep, exactly. So they're gonna prove you're not black. See, they gave reparations out in Evanston. And Evanston tried to do it. Like the city of Evanston said, we're gonna give the black people reparations for slavery. So then they had all of these requirements that you had to meet. They have to go through your ancestry. They have to ask you all these questions. What year did your family here? If they say, oh, well, your family came from Senegal or something, you ain't go through slavery. They will just find a way to disqualify.
What? They gonna disqualify?
That's how corporate America works. When they
Yeah,
say,
they'll do some shit like that.
I wish they would disqualify my blackness. We be out here. I be
it's how
protesting.
corporate
You got white people getting reparations too.
right. When they do business mergers with other companies and they say, hey, this is gonna be terrible for this community, they'll put out a thing saying we're gonna donate $2 million to the poor families in there. And they go, yeah, but they don't read the fine print. The fine print is like, yes, but you gotta qualify for this. Then you get your portion of the $2 million. So then so many people gonna be disqualified. The only people that's gonna actually get money ain't gonna be enough for the company to even take a bump. So that's a business practice. They use it just to get the headline. And they find ways to disqualify you. And that's exactly what they was doing for the people in Evanston. So if you think that, they're going to give you something to make them second-class citizens, no way. That's not going to.
It's not going to happen.
Just can't even dream about it. Long time.
What we need to be is more educated than like we were in the 60s and 70s.
Right.
We knew the laws. We knew the policies because it was our survival. If we got caught outside and somebody white pulled us over, cop, we had to know our laws. We had to know our rights. We had to.
That's a fact.
Get home.
That is a fact.
Will protect you.
Another thing, we had a network of black people that we could eat from. We didn't look at each other as our enemy. There was a network of black people along their journey that they could eat from, borrow clothes. They may not have no money to give you, but they had something to help you along your journey.
Yeah, we used the barter system. Black people used the barter system.
Yeah.
Now we got a bullet for your ass.
Yeah, you my op, bro. You better.
You knock on somebody's door, that's your ass, boy.
That's that's the African thing. It takes a village to raise a child. And that's how our neighborhood was the village. We were short on things like sugar. Like we out of sugar, we low. Go to Miss Key's house, take the cup, go to Miss Key's house, see if she can loan us some sugar. Tell her I need some flour.
Right.
They'll come to our house like, hey, y'all got some flour, some fish grease, grandma and them got the cans on top of the stove.
No shit. Crisco.
Yeah, need some. Yeah, I don't know why black people keep that fish grease. I always wanted to ask y'all why they keep that grease.
That Crisco can.
Yeah.
It just be random grease that they've already been recycled. Like they keeping it. Like
that's how it was back in the day, man.
You got your fish grease, and that don't mix with the other grease. So.
That's how it was back in the day, man. Big old Crisco can.
Yep. Don't you mix that grease. If you do that, you're in trouble.
Right.
But But yeah, it was community back then. So now the only group that they don't care uniform is us. Anybody can celebrate their own thing. Mexicans, they got their flag. It's okay for them to just do everything Mexican. Nobody says nothing. If a black person go for another black person, hey, why you got to root for him because he's black? I mean, why can't you just root for the best guy?
Right.
No. I always tell them why.
Always
It's black.
on anything that we do. Everybody else can have their own thing. The Irish, they got St. Patty's Day. They can just do things because they Irish and nobody say nothing. Black people do something because somebody black. I be like, I'm doing it because he black. Why? I be like,
That was it. That's enough right there. All right, that was enough. You black. All right, cool. Good enough.
Yeah.
That's how it was when people were voting for Obama. He was black. That was enough.
Right. I didn't need to know too much, even though I knew how he got elected, because I remember when he was here. I mean, he had the sleaziest campaign ever, and he got him elected. He took the Eagle ad, the Eagle insurance ad. The same people that did that did a sleazy commercial for Obama. And I said, oh my goodness, this dude, he used the Eagle girls. Eagle insurance. Like he would hire these like strippers or girls to be at the cocktail serving drinks, and he'll put them in the commercial. We're like, oh, you're gonna be an actress, you're gonna be in mine. He had this Eagle insurance thing. They be holding eggs. Ooh, look at those low rates. I mean, yeah, trashy women. And man, Obama somebody had the commercial where they was vote for Obama. The same thing like the Eagle insurance people. I said, who made this ad? It was the sleazy women in there. He was running for the Congress. And
that's why I voted for Obama.
they have took that. Somebody had found it. Like one of the Republicans had found it. And I don't know how they made it disappear. I can't find it nowhere no more. I was like, man, I remember that. I was like, wipe that from the whole internet. I was like, that's power.
It wasn't meant for you to put it out.
You never see that Barack Obama campaign. You about to go through the dark web.
Yo. That was a real one right there.
Find me that one. I want that Obama sleazy campaign for Congress. Please.
No, you don't want nothing to deal with Obama. Trust me. You better stay away from any little small bottles of water, puddles of water, anything if you start talking about Obama.
You're gonna be like Stephen A.
You're gonna be apologizing like Stephen A.
You don't have to apologize.
Oh, yeah.
Right, Ruben Stuck out
if
here.
he get a chance to.
Oh, see, he thought he could do anything. You know, it ain't the sports world. Politics is a whole different animal.
Oh, he brick over here in the politic world. What you talking about, Cito?
No, he's going at it with women. So he's thinking his whole strategy is let me just go at black women and I can just still do my thing. So now he went at Kerry Champion again. Kerry then came back again with another statement to clarify his lie. And that's what Jamel Hill was like, no, you gave the impression like you gave her the job. And you didn't. Like Jerry Manifold, all these other people did. He tried to make it look like it was his approval. Like it was my decision. I had to go to convince.
No, that sound like they just went through protocol.
Exactly. He had nothing to do with the process. They told him, like, do you have a problem with it? And he was like, no, I ain't got no problem.
Right.
Because Skip wanted to do it, because it wasn't his show. So he had no power. They was like, all right, well, can you talk to Skip about it? Make sure, like, warm him up. That's all Jamie Horn was asking to do. Like, just talk to him, warm him up to the idea, let him know you cool with it. And so, to keep Skip, because Skip is Skip Bayless. So he just want to know before he talked to Skip, like, hey, Stephen A. cool with it, everybody's cool with it. Skip didn't have a problem with it anyway. It wasn't like Skip was like, no, I don't want her. Like he was just saying, hey, talk to him, warm him up a little bit to it, let him know you cool with it. So everybody is cool with it. So by the time I talk to him, we can already get there. When he'd be like, because Skip would be like, well, check with her. Did you check with everybody and see if they okay with it? So he already know those obstacles. So that's why Stephen A. loved to tell like he the big boss. He did the same thing with Shannon Sharp. Like he got Shannon Sharp the job.
Yep.
He had nothing to do. He had to come out and clarify, like, well, I don't want to mean that I'm the boss. No, that's Jimmy Pitaro and Bob Iger. They'll handle that. I'm just saying. They asked me my opinion. They asked you, did you have a problem working with the man? No. Okay, that's all we needed to know. Thanks, Stephen A. That's it. You don't mind if we put him on first. Say, oh, no. I love to work with him. Okay, well, cool. There it is. That's all they asked him.
Damn.
That was all they asked him. He act like he went in there, talked to the bosses, set everything up because he keep lying on himself. He keeps lying on his damn self. And oh yeah, when I came up here, I heard Gil's voice. Like I was like, what? Where the hell that's coming from? It was coming from the TV. Y'all was talking about him early.
Hold on.
Put that up.
Be blaming you up right now. Nigga be on your head.
So he a dang show say he getting bullied.
Listen.
Everybody laughing at him. Yeah.
I call it comedy. That's what he wanted to be. He said he did it for fun anyway. That's why he wanted people to laugh at it.
You gotta remember, guys sensitive these days. It's good for them to dish it. It's good for them to dish it, but they can't take it.
Gil, I do it on one crack news for you.
Man, yeah, but you was too much, Cino. You was too much, man.
How did you get that picture? Like, who gave that to you? Like, who was there?
Cino,
Wait till I get it.
Dude, oh my God.
Cino was outside of the bathroom waiting
That
to
was
take the
crazy.
pictures.
I'm like, how did he get Whitey and him together doing this? Like,
Man,
there's more.
Oh, there's more. Oh, just chill, man.
Shit. Let's do that on One Crack News before we got down, because he already gonna try to get that one. I'm gonna take those. I'm gonna goddamn go ahead and scrub those pictures down, because shit, I got goddamn strikes already. So I'm gonna end this live and rub that shit off of there, because I know that sensitive dude. He'll say harassing and bullying quick as I don't know what.
Golly.
Hey, so Cino, if you're gonna start a One Crack News live about it, I'll come jump over there.
I gotta see that. Go put that on there.
All right, I appreciate y'all.
All right.
All right.